2 seconds, please, people. Sorry, just bear with me a wee second, please, here. So, aye, might as well join the fucking live brigade, eh? There's a couple of things that I'm going to focus on here. I'm going to take my time and make sure that I put it across the right way. I don't know if anybody remembers any of my journey from the beginning, and me saying that this is not something that is being covered up. It's given the appearance that somebody is trying to cover it up, but that is just so that when they offer a solution or whatever they're going to fucking offer, people are going to be in that much, you know, distress and fed up with it that they're probably going to accept it. We talk about infiltration, we talk about, you know, taking control of the opposition and leading the opposition. And that is exactly what we're seeing happening right in front of us. Now again, I'm not here to make friends with anybody. I'm not here to be fucking popular. I have always been me, and I'm just going to say exactly what I fucking see. Okay? Now, I got up this morning and this itchy bum and paperclip boy. We'll talk more about these characters in a wee minute. And, you know, just to clear this up, this is not about jealousy, view counts, none of that. If you know me, you know my intentions are true. You know, I'm interested in the truth. That is what I've dedicated my whole life to right now, is the truth. No these people who just appear, you know, at the drop of a hat and think that they're somehow at the top of the pile and leading the show when there is no top of the pile. So they know that I know. They know that I can see their wee crew. This morning I discovered another character who has been prominent and causing discourse and problems for people. It was a chap known as Psychedelic Christian, or Timothy Hutherford or some fucking thing, part of some stupid fucking idiotic band. Now this chappie had been sending me messages randomly, being abusive, saying, oh, the earth is a globe because the stars, blah, 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 while he's running around portraying himself to be, you know, for truth. He is now on the band with Itchy Bum Syndrome and Paperboy Clip. They are really starting to show who they are and where their allegiances lie. Now, I have got a real concern about that. I raise my concerns and I speak out about it because I've seen this type of thing happening many, many times. And for me, your alarm bells should be going. So, oh, there's Martin in the chat. So I'm sure Martin knows about this Timothy chap that I'm talking about and his behaviour with these ginger-haired Mrs. Nunsflower or No One's Flower, who they play good cop, bad cop. And they try and, you know, get people involved in fucking nonsensical games. Now, they tried it with me, they get nowhere, and he get frustrated with that. So, as I say, they're irrelevant. The fact that they show me while I was in Itchy Bum's chat box this morning, by the way, you know, they timed me out of it for absolutely no reason. And then I was putting my messages in, and nobody could see them. Nobody could see them apart from me. I've seen this happen in, you know, places like the NASA live feeds and stuff, where they've obviously identified your profile, and you type a comment, you can see it, but nobody else can. So the whole thing about this is no, you know, and at the end of the day, if people with Itchy Bum Syndrome were really true, they would have no problem with somebody like me, you know, raising these points and asking questions. There should be no fear. The truth has no fear. So it's when we get to this shutting people down and trying to hijack, you know, we'll call it a movement when it's not really a movement, and I'm not part of any community or movement. These are words that they band about. The community, the community, the community. You know, people, really give yourself a shake. There is no fucking community, right? What I see is very, very few who have the real intention, right? The rest of them just like to say they have the real intention, but they're only in it to get what they can for themselves. So, Itchy Bum Syndrome in the crew. Let's have a wee look and talk about, you know, them just appearing. So, Itchy Bum Syndrome appeared. You know, but I'll go back to this other thing that I got up to this morning, this video that I am sitting here. Now, everybody who knows me, and this is the ridiculous part of it, everybody knows what my focus is on, this subjective truth. And the reason I raise these points is because they are hugely relevant. There is active agency going on within this, and you're a fool if you think there is not. Okay, so I've got up this morning to a video by Itchy Bum Syndrome claiming that I was calling him a dastardly Jew and Archie something syndrome. Now, I said it so many times, I think it would be really, really difficult for you to misunderstand Dastardly Jew and Itchy Bum Syndrome with Dastardly Jew and Archie, I can't even remember what he said it was called. If somebody can remember, then let me know. But, so, what's the game? You know, you have to ask yourself, what's the game? As I say, for me, this is all about tactics. This is not about a person. There's no personal gain in this for me. Absolutely none. You know, people who think that there's going to be an award ceremony at the end of this, or we're going to open the gates of, you know, utopia and we shall all unite. I mean, you need to fucking wake up. If there was a monetary value in this, and me caring about what the future holds and that I might be some sort of well-known personality and celebrity figure, then fine, you could throw accusations of jealousy and egotism at me, but I'm the one who sits here and says it's not about that. And for me, I'm determined to tear that whole fucking structure down. You know? So there's not going to be a fucking award ceremony, who was the best flat earther, who was the best. I mean, and this, all this conference stuff. So again, I'm probably laughing, and I will keep going backwards and forwards because I don't sit with a script, you know. So as I said the other night, we have a couple of choices, we have a couple of options that we can look at here. This is a slow release with the motive of taking it into a new deception, or it's a deliberate attempt at a slow release, and they will, along the lines, at some point have mass ridicule on it, and we'll have certain characters who claim to be flat earthers or part of the whole thing, who will turn around and say, oh yeah, we were part of, you know, a group of actors and actresses who took part in this social experiment or whatever, right? Or, you know, they're just stupid, they realise something's going on and they want to try and make money from it. Whatever the case, Itchy Bum Syndrome appeared from nowhere. Itchy Bum Syndrome went to the council, spoke to the council, had his 5 minutes of whatever it was he said about the ISS being faked. It was filed and forgotten about. Now that was then used as a token gesture to try and instill trust in people, and the itchy bum syndrome is some sort of figure who is going to lead the way forward. Itchy bum syndrome offered an empty gesture. I could go to the council, get something logged, it gets put in a filing cabinet and it never gets looked at again. You need the sway of people, you need an amount of people pushing for answers to be had. Going to your local MPs, going to your local council, but you need that in numbers, not as one individual and one lone voice. It's not going to happen. Never has happened. Right? And people like Itchy Bum Syndrome who claim they are awake and clever and intellectual and should fucking know that. And so should you people who give them attention. Right? Why the alarm bells are not ringing, I don't know. And no offence to anybody who does see it. Obviously, this is not addressed at you. This is for those confused sheeple who are looking for somebody to trust in. Right? You're going to get your fingers burned with these fucking clowns. Okay? Now, I went to the chat and they had no qualms about showing me who they were because they know that I know their game. Right? The problem is that real common people like what goes on here and every other kind of channel that's involved, you know, who's involved in activism, that is a threat. Real truth and the common man's push for real truth is a threat to any tyranny, any manipulator. So how do they, you know, deal with that? They can try their best at suppressing it. They can try their best at trying to emotionally sway me, put a bit of pressure on me, and then we can see them messing with the figures. We can see them now putting restrictions on who can access the hangouts. But the very best method is to jump on any activity that other real people have went out and done, their own endeavours, and hijack it as if they are at the forefront of it. Now that should be telling you something because nobody's leading this anywhere. I'm not a leader of activism either. I just got active, so did other people. You know, Flat Earth Hub last year, mindfulness, there's loads of other people who were getting active. You know? So I'm not any fucking leader, I'm just me. Set my stall out and done what I've done. But when that gets popular and people are starting to understand the message that you've been given and that you're trying to instill critical thought in people and empower people and put them in the picture of the real truth of the situation that they are in, then that's a threat to them because they don't want that. Right? So, what's your choice? They're going to ridicule it, maybe even at this conference thing, might be a big reveal. Or it's going to be revealed publicly and certain people are going to garner attention and fame and money from it. At the same time, maintaining the same structure, the monetary structure, the same social structures, keep people in the same mindsets. What they're going to try and convince us that it's an infinite plane, but they're struggling to access it. They didn't want to tell us because they didn't want people scared. They've been using the money from NASA, kidding us on that it's a globe, and really they've been trying to get across the infinite plane to see what else is there. And they've been trying for years, and they need to keep money coming, and everybody should just be happy and rejoice because we're in some special place. But the leaders are trying to find a way out for us. They're trying to find a way across the infinite plane. I mean, who knows? All these suspicions that arise in my mind and possibilities, right? But the most important thing is that you don't see these people telling the real truth. Why would you even call yourself Infinite Plane Society? That's divisive in its very nature by calling it that. Right? Call it the we don't know where we live society. Because that's fucking real. That's accurate. Now the paperclip boy, this chap who apparently traded a fucking paperclip all the way up to your house, apparently. Something like that. Now for me it's a perfect publicity stunt, it's a great advertising stunt for the place that he claims that happened on, whether it be Craigslist or eBay, whatever it is, whatever the selling site is. What a great marketing ploy. Oh, look at this guy who traded all the way from a paperclip to a house. Oh, and everybody rushes in and the site generates interest and funds and revenue. This guy's been on a TEDx talk. Why is he not contacting the contacts that he has? And has jumped straight in the itchy bum syndrome bandwagon. Now, him and itchy bum syndrome I have classed as the dastardly duo. That's not dastardly duo. I really don't understand how somebody can confuse dastardly duo with dastardly duo. Sounds totally different, especially when it's been said repeatedly. So it's divisive tactics yet again. They know that I know. They know that I'm not going to be quiet about it. So they're going to try every shit that they've got. They're going to throw every piece of shit that they can. And really, it's a sign of their weakness and the desperation that a few common people in their fucking sheds, can threaten these intelligent institutions. They are fucking weak, moronic muppets, really. They really are. So desperate. Hang on, I forgot to send this. And it saddens me, and it, you know, it gets to me a wee bit that when I see the level of stupidity of people who are involved in this, and then even not just the stupid people, when I see the people who are getting caught up in their ego, who claimed that they were here for truth, that claimed that they wanted to represent truth in the message I was pushing, who then, you know, forget about that stuff, and it becomes more about their own, you know, personal endeavour or personal exploration, which is fine, but it bothers me, especially when they've came with the pretense that, oh no, they're here for truth and they're here for the platform and they're blah, blah, blah. And again, you know, this is where I have to have the separation now, and I'm going to remind people this platform here is me. Right? I open it up to people to let you have a voice, but it's me. If you have people who are discussing me or this platform and claiming to represent it, I'd appreciate you letting me know, because nobody represents me. I'm only in association with myself, right? And that's the way you should be as well. This banding together in cliques, and this banding together under the guise of a community. We must pull together. We are all in this together. That's the parts that fucking sadden me, right? That's where I start to think, what are my efforts for? Are they in vain here? Me putting my neck in the line, putting my energy and my focus into it to try and make a difference, to help people. And I see that people are not really interested in help. What I see is a very small minority of people who really get what's going on here. The rest, I could put into different classes, you know. It's staggering. And to some people, it might look for the outside that I'm some sort of prominent figure involved in some sort of, you know, fucking James Bond lifestyle. You know, you are fucking seriously deluded. Nothing in my life has changed. I'm the same guy who set out at the start of this. I'm still here in the housing scheme in my fucking shed. I'm not going anywhere. I'm no Parkinson. I'm not going to get a fucking Golden Globe. I'm not going to be running about being a celebrity. I mean, that tells me that people are not thinking properly. Brenda, I'm talking about something else. This is another one of these disciples, religious fundamentalist crackpots. I am not talking about anything that you're talking about right now, Brenda. I'm talking about something else, okay? You and these other internet trolls like Timmy Osman and Jeremy Gem Panda, you are delusional head cases, right? You are not going to solve any of this. I've said it to you before. If you really are interested in truth, start pushing for open discussion with the mainstream. Let's bring it to the general public. It's not going to go away, right? But again, I know your game, and people like Brenda are maybe not clever enough to realise that they're just going to be left in the shit. You know, this fake, oh, we need to put our resistance up as if we were trying to keep the globe going, and oh no, put people there to try and say that it's really real. That's fucking idiotic. Right? We know it's not real. That time is over. Look, no messing about, no confused. You're not going to come in and convince me of anything. It's not a fucking globe, Brenda and Jeremy and fucking Timmy and anybody else that's out there listening. And we know it's not a fucking globe. And I know that there's a fucking devious wee game in place to try and give people a new deception. And I ain't fucking going to stand for it. You can try everything. You better put me fucking 6 feet under, you fucking muppets. Right? Every fucking core of my being is focused on these pieces of shit. Right? The more that I see them play these games, the more bitter it gets me. The more determined I am to dig in. Do people really think that they're just going to relinquish this? Is that what you really think? Do you not think that when people were starting to wake up to the religious aspects, the religious control aspects back in the day, that they thought, oh fuck, right, we better come up with something new here, right? They don't just relinquish and go, oh right, aye, we've been caught out, right, fine, there you go. It's not going to happen like that, right? And they would have been fine plodding on their little journey until people like me get their face in the scene. And they don't like that because that's not in their control. And they don't want people shouting the real truth. They don't want people trying to empower each other. Guys like Itchy Bum Syndrome and stuff like that, he's just another one of these repeaters of the same old fucking gobbledygook about conspiracy theories and Masons and fucking secret societies and all this fucking shit. Right? You're not going to get any closure with that. You're never going to find anything out. Right? If it was really true, it would be trying to instill critical thought in people and the methods of how to achieve that. They would not be jumping on and making claims to be the pushers of grassroots activism and all this stuff. That's just blatant lies. You know, but they push it because they think people are fucking, people are stupid enough because it's proven. People are too stupid to see it. They take the empty gesture, the council thing, and wrap their arms around it and, hey, he's the new hero. You're seriously weak. And so these people are playing their games. The paperclip boy, I keep getting away from that. You know, TEDx talks and all this fucking stuff, and then all of a sudden he's got a YouTube channel with 300 odd subscribers, and him and Itchy Bum are best pals, and being abusive and, you know, that towards me. I'm simply asking questions, being suspicious, which I encourage everybody to do. So me being somebody who's interested in truth with the right intentions, I encourage everybody to be suspicious. Question me as well. Always have said that. I don't fear being questioned. So what these clowns are part of, what group, who knows? You know, and this whole thing about Jews and fucking Jesuits and blah, blah, blah. Look, you know, when you set these divisive institutions up, you're controlling them. You have to control these divisive institutions because you are, you know, at the source of the manipulation. These institutions are set up in the first place to deliberately deceive. So those at the top of these institutions are in cahoots with each other. Right? So it's no the Jews or the Catholics or the Muslims. Many times when I go to say it, it's about identifying a type of mind. Right? And again, Itchy Bum Syndrome and chaps like that don't focus on that. They want to focus on one group and claim that it's not that group, but it's that group. And anybody who says it's that group or bashes Jews, you know, and they're just getting into a whole fucking melee of nonsense. And when you see creepy little weirdos like that, Timothy or Psychedelic Christian, whatever the fuck his name is now, he's had that many accounts, then, you know, that gets my back up even more. Because these, I can feel them, that they're just fucking wrongins, absolute wrongins, right? Understand people maybe don't know what I'm talking about, but when you've been involved in this for this amount of time, you see these psychological operations and the players, you know, in action. And you see the patterns through the time. So if you don't understand what I'm talking about here is, this is a huge, huge, profound thing. If you don't understand that, then I can't help you. When you understand that it is profound and you understand why it's profound and the extent of what is actually going on, you will realise quickly that there is an opposer, that there is active agency involvement in this. This is not just, oh, you know, real people. Would you think the CIA and all these fucking agencies are somewhere else? No, they're here involved in the biggest fucking conspiracy, the biggest lie. Right? They're not going to relinquish it. They're not going to tell you the truth. We have to get together as individuals, critically thinking, and see these fucking bullshit games and call them out in every chance we get to have any hope. Because if it keeps going and I see the same patterns happening, if these clowns get their way and they jump on this and hijack it and manage to sway people, you know, real people like myself are just going to walk away and leave you to it. And I guarantee you these people are not going to take you anywhere but into bullshit. They're going to let you down. Dale, you know perfectly well that I am an honest person who doesn't abuse flat earthers but simply wants to show, no, you're not honest. Like, fuck off. I can't be bothered. I have no patience for you. Get to fuck. Right? So how are you people? How are you in chat? I'm going to keep going back to this subject to fucking drive it home. Also because of the popularity of these types of activities, we're now seeing this increase in live things at specific times. And it's all the same characters who promote each other, and Itchy Bum Syndrome was promoted by all these characters who are all going to be at this conference. So, you know, I'm wondering what is going on with the conference, what it's actually going to do. And that is the other questions I put to Itchy Bum Syndrome, and why I was, you know, blocked from the chat, was what has it you're offering? What have you offered? What have you done? What is your intentions? Where are you intending to take this with people? And they don't like it because they have no answers. Right? None of these personalities or predominant characters pushed any sort of activism. They drowned out real voices for the first year. And I sat and watched that, and so did many other people, which is why I tried to establish myself in order to give people a voice. They were only interested in promoting each other and keeping the attention on each other. Nothing's changed. All they have done is brought in new, fresh characters to support the already existing central core of characters that was put in there in the first place. They never promoted activism. They never promoted anybody. Like, I was screaming at them. Why do you promote maps and models? Why are you not promoting the real truth of the situation? I had to force them by just putting out my own platform and shouting loud enough. The other aspect of this is that they try and use all the time is that I don't bring up God. You know, I'm fucking sick of this. It's obviously a fucking creation. It's a design. Whose and what, I don't know. Right? I hope that's enough for you. You should stop fucking telling people that you know what the objective truth is, because you don't. You don't know what situation you're in. You don't know what's going on a metaphysical fucking level. You can't fucking access it to have anything tangible and definite. You're deluded. Mind full of fantasy. I'm in the exact same position wanting to know, but I'm clever enough, intellectually honest enough, not to go jumping into fucking beliefs. Honest enough to accept that it's a creation. What the fucking full objective truth is, I don't know, and I would never claim to know. I know, fuck IPS and Itchy Bum Syndrome and all that, but people, this is the thing, you know, I get this with people all the time. Why do you focus on these things? Why do you focus on these things? Which you don't just turn the other cheek and let it fucking Build up. Grow a fucking set of balls, stick your fucking roots in the ground and stand your fucking ground. Stop fucking turning the other cheek and trying to look for a fucking new age spirit. Oh, everything's going to be fucking love and light. It's not fucking love and light, you fucking stupid morons, man. Stupid fucking sheeple. You know, and see, when I see this behaviour, this is when I start to feel like, do you know what? Fucking human beings deserve everything they fucking get because you're asking for it. It's like you're begging for it. Spineless, weak fucks. Look who's been here. Look who has the track record. Look whose intentions were true. Who took action. Who continues to take action. And then look at these other fucking clowns and actually ask yourself, what is it they're offering? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm at the end of a road now where, you know, I'm like, what else is there for me to do? Really? What else can I offer anybody? Nothing really. People now need to do it themselves. The street stuff and the stuff that I get involved in wasn't to garner attention for me. It was just to show people what was possible, to show people a method. That's done now for me. People can employ the method, fine. People can keep doing street interviews and keep, you know, trying to get views on YouTube if they fucking like. That's not, that doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me in the fucking slightest. Don't care about it. It's truth I want, and progress towards truth. So what else have I got left to do? Huh? Nothing. I can keep pushing avenues myself, keep harassing MPs, whatever. But again, we have no unity with people. All I see is people who want to be popular, or I don't want to be nice to you because then it'll take the shine off of me. You know, that's fucking weak, empty crap. Right? Nobody tries to build any sort of bridge. I've not seen it. To say, what I see is egotists who claim that they're for truth. But then, as the past starts to go, they lose that and lose focus of what it is that was actually important in the first place. So what's left for me now? Nothing. All that I can continue to do now is sit here and be a fucking pain in the ass to these deceitful, manipulative fucking liars. And that's probably what I'm going to do from now on. Right? So if people don't like it, away you go and watch some other entertainment shit. There'll be plenty of people putting street interviews up now that are quite happy for you to sit and give them views and likes and nice comments. I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in being a fucking pain in the ass to the enemy. You still don't think there's an enemy? You still don't realise the situation you're in here? I spent 20 years reading into Freemasons and symbology and fucking ancients and fucking everything. I mean, I've got fucking hard drives there full of it. 20 fucking years. 20 fucking years. Right? The only lesson, the only real thing that I learned from it, albeit, you know, learning specific wee lies was enough to trigger your mind into saying, well, I can't trust. But 20 years of searching and looking for something meaningful and all that stuff, and I get nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I can promise you, itchy bum syndrome and all that are going to offer you nothing because they don't know. They're just there to cause division. Right? I could sit here waffling, right? And I might just do it one day just to give you a fucking example of how I can sit here and talk like, oh, I've read this and I've read that and blah, 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 blah. It's not going to get you anywhere. The light bulb moment for me was when I had to realise, wait a wee minute, You know what the trick is here? It's that psychological trick of getting you to try and absorb external information that's nothing to do with your direct experience. As soon as that penny dropped, life gets so much easier. And all that shite that they have pumped into the internet and the so-called truth movement for 20 years goes very quickly. Because none of it, absolutely none of that stuff is your direct experience. If you're talking about secret societies, you see symbolisms and you see repetitions of all that, you still don't know the story. You don't know what's going on, who they are, what their motives really are, what they know, what they don't know. Nothing. Aye, unsub from these fucking clowns, honestly. Don't let them get their way. They're going to keep trying. As I say, if you doubt what I'm saying, this is not a personal thing. I have no emotions towards any of these fucking people. I don't know them personally. You don't even see half their faces. Right? Go and have a look at their history and where they appeared from and what they've actually offered anybody. Who's anti-God either way? I mean, so shall I say, Dale, you offer the truth to all. If you reach 1,550, it's all good. If the rest choose not to hear, that's their problem. Well, that's it, Tracy. You know, and I really don't care. But I'm going to still speak like this. I'm going to still speak when something annoys me. If my mind is on the game, if my journey has taken me to understand these things, I'm going to speak about it. You know? The globe head stuff, I mean, I'm way beyond that. I mean, this nonsense about the globe heads. I've seen this structure in place at the beginning as well, where they had these groups set up on Facebook. They were calling themselves Badgers, whatever the fuck. They were involved in flat earth, vaccines, chemtrails, any of the big things, you know, they're involved in them. They don't want liability. They don't want the finger being pointed at them to be held accountable for any of these things. The globe trolls are resistance that's put there in order to give this illusion that they're trying to, you know, cover it up. They're no. Look at the NASA stuff. It's been let through. Bendy doors, bubbles, fucking CGI, wires. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work that out. You know, if you've mastered the art of lying and you're a good fucking liar, you're not going to let some silly things like that get by you. So what do you think? This is organic, that it's something that's happening from a spiritual level, and, you know, it's a benevolent, you know, good guy that's waking everybody up? No, they initiated it because they knew it was going to happen sooner or later. So by initiating it and taking control, and they want to take it to the next paradigm, that's how it works. If it was just organic and blah, blah, it would just spread like wildfire. And there'd be no concern from people like me. But there is a concern, because I know what they're up to. Mindfulness, roll up, t-shirts, books, pens, and mouse mats, yep. Let's all jump on the fucking bandwagon. Send all your art to me, all your music to me, I shall compile it. Promise I won't benefit from it in any way. And again, when I go to these clowns, itchy bum syndrome and stuff, I see these sock accounts, and they're all sock accounts. It's not people I've ever seen before. So they're obviously, you know, got a group like the Timothy fucking Gimp boys, who create so many sock accounts and flood their chat as if they're popular and they've got views, and they've no. Nobody gives a fuck. NorCal waters, I stay open to the various waves of flat earth minds coming in. The veterans are in a different place versus the larger channels who still pamper the new ones coming in. I'm moving into one-man army mode. I would suggest that. You know, individuals with a common fucking goal. And that's the thing about these fuckers. They work in unison. They actually show unity and work together to get things done. That says a lot about the fucking common man who is too up his own fucking arse, trying to garner some fucking egotistical fucking gratification. Right? No wonder there's these people who band together into secret societies, because they must look at people and go, they're fucking just stupid. Let's play them for everything that we can get. And they have no mercy, because people fucking beg for it. NorCal, I mentioned you the other day because I seen it in one of your videos that you were accrediting this itchy bum syndrome as, you know, the founder and pusher of the flat earth activism, which is a fucking total nonsense. And that pissed me off. Jack Dunphy, the cat didn't get out the bag by accident, that's for sure. Well, that's the thing, you know, so what we're looking at, are we looking at some spiritual awakening that's happening from the fifth dimension? Or was it written in, you know, the simulation coding that when we get to a certain time, this will be revealed? Or is it, hang on a minute, people are maybe going to wake up to my fucking bullshit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of unravel my bullshit, but at the same time I want to sell people new bullshit. As I say, you need to be wary of these people like that. Give me your art and I'm the centre of this new fucking society and stuff, you know, be wary of that. That's how cults start. That's where the manipulation is going to start. As soon as you give your power away to that. There is no community here. Just me in my fucking shed. Nothing's changed. I don't have comms and loads of new friends. It's the exact same. Nobody contacts me, but I hear people talking and making assumptions and presumptions about what I think and what I've said and what I'm getting up to without actually coming and speaking to me. That tells me a hell of a lot. And again, I'm going to reiterate it. If you're hearing things from people who are talking as if they're talking, you know, from this platform or on behalf of me, then let me know, because they shouldn't be up to that. That's just not right. If I have something to say to anybody, I'll speak to them directly. So I'm bringing up this allies, you know, and it's a difficult game, you know, and people get very suspicious, and it's hard for people to trust each other, and that is part of the division. But what we're looking at in terms of trusting each other, it shouldn't be on a personal level. You know, if you're looking for trust with somebody on a personal level, I'd be very, very careful. For me, I'm looking for trust in people that I know are of sound mind, who represent the actual truth, and who walk the talk. Right? That's where I build trust, and where I see people's integrity and what their pure intentions are. When I see empty gestures and hijacking, you know, you're going to need to try harder on that to convince me. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Earth, the IPS video made me so happy. It did me as well, because it shows me how weak and delicate and fragile this whole nonsense is. You know, they really are weak and pathetic. That, and I'm only speaking for me, that a guy in a shed can somehow threaten this It just shows you how fucking frail it is, right? And how powerful a true message is. And that true message is we don't know where we are. That true message is people are in confusion and operating from an emotional point of view. People need to be re-educated, they need to be re-empowered, they need to understand logic, rhetoric, grammar, they have to understand how their mind works, they have to understand what empirical facts are and how to separate fantasy from reality. Right? And I don't see that from any prominent figures. I've never seen it from anybody in the so-called truth movement, any of these prominent names, and I have never seen it here in this topic. You got it, Dale, that's what it is. Joe Friday, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, man. The Timmy Shill Cruise on music, yep. And the Timothy, you know, psychedelic Christian chap who is under the name of Lucifer Tim, was posting that about, you know, acting like, and then putting Timmy Osmond's little fucking logo for his channel there. You know, and he's probably involved with this very same crew as well, because remember, they're all part of the same crew. So you've got some of the crew who are playing globe believers, and you've got the other part of the crew who are playing the opposite. And then you've got your false dichotomy and your opposing sides, and then you've got your first division there, and then you've your different personalities and factions that cause more divisions within that initial division. It's fucking simple, psychological warfare. You can eradicate the whole lot of it by sticking simply to the fact and the real truth of the matter. This is for natural science, it's about objective truth. No personalities count, no fucking hierarchy, no fucking leaders. No wishy-washy, let's all love each other and sing Kumbaya. None of that. So when you know that, and you really, really know it, you should be able to see these fucking Muppets a mile away. Oh no, my views are down, what am I going to do? Oh, fuck. My life's over. All my funds, I mean, my life's fucking done. The earth is not flat, it is round, and that is a provable fact. All your fears and paranoia are an illusion. I will leave you alone now, take care. No, you're seriously mistaken. You are delusional. You are a reality denier. People like me are going to stand up against this religious fucking nonsense, against institutions who take $50 million per day to provide people with cartoons and fucking movies of idiots, fat, out of shape, morons, soft tissues, flabby, fucking morons, hanging on wires. Oh, we're going to do science. We're going to do some science. Science. Look at my bubble. Look at my somersault. Fuck off. I mean, you know, if you really believe in that stuff, you've got something missing. Something seriously missing in you. Right? It's abundant now. If the penny's not dropped, I mean, Brenda or any of these other ones who are playing these roles, if you're not, the penny is not dropping, that you're being used as a fake resistance, and that you're probably going to be left looking like an absolute fucking clown, then there is no helping you. I have tried continually to help the likes of Brenda and Timmy Osmond, but they're not interested in being helped. So are they really that fucking stupid? No, they're not really that fucking stupid. Right? So they're part of another agenda, and you need to ask yourself what that agenda is going to be. If it was a self-evident, everyday truth that it was a globe and it was abundantly evident in there, this would not be happening. Okay? I believed I lived on a globe. So did many, many other people. It wasn't a choice to start saying, well, I'm not going to believe in the globe. It just has no facts. The only facts that it has is that we have images that can be produced. But those images do not match observed reality. So your images are lies. Wake up. And you have guys like the Timmy Osmonds who have continually said, oh, you know, I'm going away from this, I'm going to stop it now. But they just can't help themselves churning video. Now, is it because they can't help themselves, or is it because they have been tasked to do so? It is their job to produce these videos. I would say that's the truth. It would seem sycophants are in the majority. Maybe it's better they get mocked here. That's the way I'm starting to feel. You know, that keeps coming back to me. You know, the more I see people in the fucking horrible ways of them, you know, it's sad to see. You know, it's like a condition that they're stuck in. This clambering over each other, desperate for attention. And I was aware of this. And you've got to remember, you know, I'm an introvert. I had to work hard and really push myself to come out. And it took a lot for me to come out in camera and push this type of thing. But knowing, really, you know, the people who try and make themselves prominent or become prominent, they are going to be some sort of egotist. It is going to attract them, especially as it gains popularity and momentum. So I'm determined that it's not going to be hijacked by those types of minds. It's those types of minds who have us in this shit right now. The rest of people, what I see is like Stockholm Syndrome, a sympathetic condition to the structure that's imposed. Right? It's sad. And I have my moments where I just want to pack up, switch it off and go, you know what, people, fuck them. I can only look after me and my mind and then pass that on to my children. But what keeps driving me? What keeps driving me is the hope that you can affect people, that I can get closer to finding out where I actually am. And I've put that message out before to these fucking manipulative little pricks. Put me in the fucking picture. Just fucking put me in the picture. Tell me, put me right in the picture about what's going on. No the fucking lick spit on the lackeys here in fucking YouTube. They're just fucking nothing. Nobody's. But nothing comes. All I see is these fucking games that makes me more bitter, that then fuels my determination to become a fucking pain in the ass and to out them as much as I possibly can. So, just bear with me a wee couple of minutes, people, just to make a cigarette. And again, you know, I am no leader. I am no claiming any authority in any activism movements or anything like that. There are so many real, genuine people out there who deserve credit and merit for their efforts, their bravery. And I don't see that, and I don't see that support for them. I'm trying, I'm busy, I can't upload everything, I can't be there and get involved again. It's not my place to. No. But when I see fakes and imposters coming in and trying to claim that they are some sort of, you know, prominent figure within it, that's you know, an injustice to these real people who have been brave enough to go out and you know, put an effort in to get out there and make a difference. Itchy bum syndromes and that, people like that don't deserve that type of respect. It's these real people with the small amounts of fucking subscribers that deserve your attention, that deserve the accolade and the props. Go and fucking give it to these people. As I say, it's part of the human condition as well, where, as I say, even as a child, I was uncomfortable with praise. You know, it made me uncomfortable because of the ego, you know, side of it. It was never about ego, and you know, adults gave you praise in a kind of egotistical way, which made me feel uncomfortable. But when somebody genuinely recognises your endeavours and appreciates it and lets you know that they have actually recognised what your intentions were and what you actually done, that makes you feel good. And it's not because you think you're then better than people, it just makes you feel secure and comfortable knowing that there's people who are really awake and not caught up in their own delusional, fantasy, egotistical mind. It's really important, and it can cause huge bitterness in people when people have made endeavours, you know, and done things, and you see other people trying to steal the credit or the accolade for the endeavours. That can cause bitterness in people. So when they try this shite about me being jealous, it's not about fucking jealousy. I couldn't give a monkey's fuck. Could not give a fucking rat's ass about being popular. Never have done. Was never my intention to be popular. My intention was only to push another message, another option for people, and to actually highlight the truth of the situation. My other intention was to break down and show how it was not an argument and a debate, and how you could cut through the bullshit and save yourself a lot of stress and hassle. They had a problem with me from the beginning with the Badger groups and the groups that they held. They put me out of them. They didn't want me near. They done and used the same methods as I'm seeing right now to keep people's attention away from the message that I'm pushing, because it's a threat. I could see that they wanted people adopting straw men, fake models and maps, so they could cause confusion and discourse amongst people by demanding people ask questions on a straw man. So my intentions was there to show people that and to expose those games and why it was deliberate. And that's it. Not to be popular. You don't come into this, you know, saying the opposite of what the majority of people think, thinking that you're going to be popular and make money. Money, the other issue, people keep bringing it up to me. I can't monetize here because this is about truth. Truth, you should never be earning from truth. It should be given freely. As I said before, I understand people in positions. I'm in positions. I could use money. I could make my life easier, better, you know. But it's not my incentive, and it should never be your incentive. People in glass houses should also change in the basement. Markel Waters, INFG introvert here, but I still get my ass out there. Yeah. And that's the thing for me. This, as I say, this subject, because it's about the objective truth, and it should never be about personalities, who the man is or who the woman is. And it was much easier. And because I knew I could identify people who would start bringing me the focus in the man, I could highlight it and point at it. They were all great opportunities. But these are things that have happened in the past, and there's new people coming in and they're missing these things. So you have to keep repeating. You know, we forget that we've been involved for so long, and how things look to the outside viewer who's new coming in. But really, you know, I'm getting past that point of caring. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm just going to be totally fucking ruthless. No holds barred. I'm not going to even fucking hold back an iota when speaking my mind. As I say, if people don't like it, then go away and listen to Itchy Bum Syndrome. See where it takes you. Sammy Jean, explain the Southern Hemisphere. Explain hairdryers. Explain wooden sheds. How does a wooden shed work on stairs flat? What a fucking moronic thing to say. People still going on about that. Flawed the Jasmine. The shock of this is very painful for people to expect. Is very painful for people to expect. When you realise the full deception, it's very painful. It's scary too. We need to be patient and strong. People will open to it. Well, you know, you've just said it there. It is scary for people. And when people are in fear, that's the moment where people will jump to any security blanket. I'm trying to be patient. My patience has been tested no end through this whole journey. You know, people being open to it. How far are they going to open up? How much are they really going to understand? That's where it gets a wee bit heavy on me. You know, when I know and I feel like, you know, it just feels inevitable to me that they're going to get away with another deception because people are so hopeless. They're so dumbed down. And even when they think they are awakened, they're still dumb. And by these characters still having a place after all this time, you know, it's hard not to think, you know, there's no hope for fucking people. I'm just going to need to shut down, know what I know, and look after me and my own. Right? I'm trying not to be, I'm trying to be compassionate and share this wider. But as I say, it's few and far between with people who have got the real intent. I see too many egotists under the guise of wanting truth and representing and supporting a platform that tells the truth. And then they get a wee bit of a slice of the pie, they go away in their own channel, and they're quite happy just making videos and getting views. Which is fine. Which is fine. But don't think that I don't see it. As I say, people have got a very, very short memory. I'm not the one who's changed. I set the platform up, done all the hard work all the way through. And I'm still here. I'm still the same. Still saying the same things. Still walking the same walk. Where's the people who arrived and says, oh, we're going to be a team and we're all going to help each other? Where are they? Away running to their own channels, looking for views and accolades and well dones and thank yous. Right? What can I say, people? God knows the intentions. God knows my intentions are true. When we get to Judgment Day, all will be revealed and we'll know who was who. In plain sight, cathexis fallacy. You can get on the Saturday night hangout and make your point. Loves your interview. Make what point? This is, I mean, I'm tired of giving these people any attention whatsoever. Bring scientific, verifiable proof of your fucking globe or go away. They're not coming in here to use rhetoric and their educated ways to try and distract and sway people with their manipulation. They can fuck off. It's been clearly stated, and I listened to fucking Timmy and Jeremy, the fucking Muppets. And I put a comment saying, these people who are in the UK and in Scotland, all the trolls who are run about, come on film where you can't play any manipulative games. Let's stick purely to the facts. Let's show what the actual facts and the actual science are. On front of camera, in an open environment, you can film it, I can film it. Let's have the discussion where we can highlight fallacies, logical fallacies in each other. We can pinpoint exactly what's happening there and then at that time. And then we can show everybody it. And I have been asking for that for a very long time. But they refuse because they need to hide behind these screens and play manipulative games. Because they know if they come on camera in a live, real-life, face-to-face situation, and they have somebody who's articulate enough and smart and sharp enough to point out their fucking ridiculous fallacies, they will be made to look like absolute fucking fools. That is why we have had no genuine, real people making any effort to come and try and, you know, rebut in a real discussion, film discussion. None of them. None. Because anybody real would realise that if they do go into that situation and they try, they're going to be shown up to have a religious belief and that they're desperately trying to cling to and look for confirmation bias. So they can sit here on the internet claiming that they're some sort of saviours and they're here to help people, but yet not one of them, not one of them will meet in person and go and film for a film discussion so that we can iron it all out. Then they put this pish about, oh, we're threatened. Well, that's rubbish. I have shown many, many times how many people I've met in the street, had interactions with. There's no aggression, there was no problem. What are you worried about? It's just excuses. Loved your interviews, Vortex Puppy. Zwitch your elf. Yep. Aye, him and John went away and done a few. You can get to see all that on John Smith's channel. Mikey Short always posts flat earth memes trying to motivate people. I've seen Mikey Short doing that on Facebook, and Mikey Short is also another one who encourages people not to sit in circle jerks on Facebook to go and attack other pages like Brian Cox or NASA or whoever. And Mikey was supposed to come on Saturday to tell us what he had been up to in regards to making phone calls, but we never heard from him. No nukes, spot on there, many called, few chosen. Well, that's what I'm starting to see. Starting to see that, you know, in my experience, there's a fucking very, very, very small minority of people who really get it and who have the pure intention of trying to get truth and rid us of this fucking nonsense control that's going on. And people are like that. I even seen that in the early days of the so-called truth, when you were imparting kind of information to people. And people just loved to have something new to tell people so they could be the centre of attention for 5 minutes. You know, and it's like this fucking stopgap of, you know, instant gratification that doesn't really go anywhere. And people are stuck in that. Oh, fucking things just jumped. It is not possible to have a man-to-man conversation with only one man. Yep. As I keep saying to people, I'm here, contact me, don't listen to people who are claiming to represent me or this platform or whatever. If anybody's hearing anything along those lines, just come direct here and speak to me. I'm not going to hide anything, I'm going to speak direct. Any issue, I'll bring it straight out into the arena. I'm not going to hold back about anything. Say my only agenda is for truth, and I'm not interested in these fucking petty games. Unfortunately, these petty games are being played, and you have to highlight them. Can't keep turning the other cheek. You will run out of cheeks eventually, and before you know it, you're swamped by this fucking nonsense. Hope for Truth people I spoke to in Scotland were really receptive about the situation of the spinning globe lie. That's because Itchy Bum Syndrome and Paperclip Boy have been leading the grassroots movement. They've obviously been to Scotland and, you know, made headway and interviewed loads of people and went to, you know, media outlets and universities and stuff like that. Itchy Bum Syndrome is probably responsible, you know. High five, Itchy Bum. No, cool. Was Mega Adele's talking about reaching frustrations in person, giving up on people but being recharged by hope. Yeah, well, that's all I've got, man. You know, as Marty calls it, psychological fucking desperation. Hope. You know? But what else have I fucking got? What chances have I got of finding out the actual truth of where I am and what's really going on? You know, I need other people awake to it. They're not coming and fucking telling me. I've offered that. I'll shut the fuck up and go away. Just put me in a fucking picture. They're not offering that either. Clarification, platonic forms, you are clearly Itchy Bum Syndrome and sock puppet form, probably. You know, these clowns have many sock puppets. As I say, we'll keep going back to that because Itchy Bum Syndrome and the crew who are now working together, and Timmy Osmond and him as Tim Osmond, you know, the troll Tim, they're all working together. They're all part of the same group. As I say, they see a real grassroots movement happening and they want to hijack it, claim it for themselves and then derail it. That's exactly what they're up to. Jack Dunphy, you should have went to last year's European Flat Earth Conference, Dale. You'd love LSC. Aye, I'd love to slap the fucking moron. I'd like to watch him piss his pants as he stands face to face in front of me. That's where I would laugh. I would have went if I'd known, but unfortunately I'm just not going to fly anywhere, so if there's any of these things happening, it's going to have to be by road for me. And I brought it up last Saturday or Saturday night about a meet-up. I'm still thinking over that, because at the same time as it being a meet-up, I would like it to be some sort of progression, so that if we do meet up, we can make some sort of noise and try and get some attention, force some media into reporting on it, whatever it takes. I think you find it out it's a global. Nobody's going to find it out it's a global. It's not a global. There's no global to find it. Learn science. Learn science. Then go and look at reality. And you will know in a very short space of time that it's not a globe. Stop acting fucking daft. It's no embarrassing. Right? If you still believe that it's a globe after all this, you are a fucking embarrassment. I suggest you go for some shock therapy or some fucking thing. Try heroin or some fucking thing, because you're fucking hopeless. If it was a globe, it would be self-evident and proven by now over and over and over again. Right? What are you hoping for? A new video from NASA or a new image from fucking Japan or whatever? You're not getting it. It doesn't matter what images they produce. If it's anything that depicts the Earth as a sphere or the exterior of some fucking object, we know it's a lie. And I heard that the Timmy and the Jeremy chap going on about water and you know, they're muttering and fucking mumbling because they know how ridiculous they sound. And they think, oh, he's only got one argument about the water, what I've got loads of points I could make. But what I'm saying to people is that when you get right down to the nitty-gritty of it, we have one accurate measuring tool to establish the possibilities of where we live, and it is water. There is no other more accurate measuring tool than that for establishing what the possibilities of the earth that you stand upon actually are. None. Nothing. So it's not a small thing as they're now trying to play it in. This is the other tactic they're using because of how powerful that is. One fact, one, that goes against your model is fucking trash. Right? Globes don't hold water. The water, it looks flat at this closed vector, or whatever the fucking word fucking Timmy Knob used. This closed vector looks flat. So what shape is it then? If it looks flat here, where's the curve at? Is it just a series of flat patches? But that's even worse, because then the oceans would have to have fucking sharp angles. I mean, it's a fucking ball. It has to be curving equally in every fucking direction. But then again, there's the thing. What is it? As far as I'm aware, when you look for different images, it's a fucking weird shaped potato. So where is the centre of that potato? Matt, see, you cannot deny there is no curve. Oh, your Sky and Coriolis and whatever, there is no curve. Well, that's the problem. Oh, there is a curve, but it's just out of range. It's just, the curve is just beyond this flat bit here. It's just beyond it. And this is it, you know, seeing political manifests. We need to start getting into fucking politicians. I'm going to start walking into the local MP offices and fucking filming it. And showing them the fakery for fucking NASA. And the scientific method. And I'm going to film it. And I'm going to fucking shame them and force them into dealing with factual reality. We should be building cases against fucking institutions like NASA. Made a political manifest. We're early on in all modesty. That was what Neil deGrasse Tyson referred to when he said you can believe anything you want as long as you don't go for power. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? And that's what I've always tried to say. You know, if we keep pointing the fingers and trying to hang these people in the street, you're going to get a much stronger resistance. But I really don't think that they're going to have an issue with NASA being thrown under the bus, because I think that's exactly what's happening. Because then the powers that be can just point at institutions like NASA and say, oh, well, we believe them as well. Hands are clean. Daniel Pratt, is that why you have 6 subs and 0 flat earth content? Not sure who you're talking about there. Permavine, flat earth will bring the establishment down to its knees, keep exposing. It's already bringing them to their knees. We can see the fucking cringe-worthy desperation that's coming from it. It's so frail and weak. As I say, people in sheds that have nothing, no money, no wealth, can still have a threat to that. They have all the wealth and all the so-called power when they have nothing. They have material possessions and fuck all else. Nothing. They are empty shells with no creativity, no spark, fuck all. Nothing. They need people like us in order to survive. And while they leech from us, they treat us like shit and push this fucking nonsense on us. And you fucking people accept it. Why do we even tolerate it? I've always had that question. Why are we even tolerating these fucking absolute muppets in positions of power? Why? It's just on people's minds. We should have zero tolerance for it. If it's not for the benefit of all, and it's not based on empirical facts, they should just be fucking ousted and told to get to fuck. So, before I go to the chat here and have a wee chat and interaction with people in the chat, you know, this again, it's not about jealousy. This again, my intentions are pure and true. It's to empower people, it's to point and raise my concerns. This is my platform, this is where I speak my mind, where I've always spoken my mind, and I will continue to do that. If you disagree, if you have something to offer, offer it. Right? All I'm doing is raising awareness and suspicion and making people ask questions. And I'll continue to ask the questions. So I'm going to go to the bottom of the chat here. If you get anything to say to me, let's hear it. Corey Stewart, they are empty, they sure are. Matt C, just try and prove a curve, you will fail, and there is no reason for that other than a flat earth. Everything else about the ridiculous model is just add-ons. Yep. Brian Oski, Reverend Dell, Reverend. Yes, I am the preacher. I am the leader of the flat earth and the flat earth activism. All hail me. Bow and kneel before me. You are not worthy. Do you think will prove your fantasy globe, Sammy? It can't, because it's a fantasy. It only exists in his mind. Lex Leon, Armageddon, Revelation equals final battle of the great revealing. Well, this is a battle, you know, this is a war. The war is for your mind, the war is for your attention and your intention. That's where the real war always has been. No physical war. Jack Dunphy, the asteroid deception was one of Von Braun's predictions, coincidentally just dropped by the Disclosure Project after years of them pushing it. Ah, fuck. Del William Phobion, Del, awesome as usual. I liked your YouTube from mine. I thank you for all your hard work. My best to your friends, John and Gav. You guys are true men of your word. Cheers, Bill Maitland. Thank you, Bill. Brian Oski, children of the globe are insecure. Yep. Because it's a lie. Harry Growler, if you're going to interact with the chat, posh voice and knowledge, everyone. Okay, Harry, you now have the posh voice. I'm not sure which posh voice is going to come out. Dan Tibbetts, indoctrination, Dale. Yes, Dan, indoctrination is rife. Sir David Flattenborough. Okay, fair enough. I've done DMT about 5 times. I thought you were doing a Joe Rogan and advocating shit you have never done. Did you go to the jungle? I'm not sure who you're talking to, Sir David Flattenborough. Phobia, I like to chat live sometime. Bill, anytime. Mega Noob Dale, why do stars not parallax? Stacey Reynolds, Sanny from Hill House here, Dale. Stacey Reynolds, Sanny from Hill House here, Dale. We'll need to talk soon, bud. Anytime, as I say. You know, you can message me here at YouTube. You know, there is a message button. You can also message me on Facebook. I'm not very active on Facebook anymore because it's a waste of fucking time, but I keep it open for communication purposes. So on Facebook, you can get me as Abchao Derek, which is ABCHAO Just friend request me there, and then you can chat to me in the inbox there, or we can have a, you know, a camera call or whatever. Abchao Derek is from my fucking truth or conspiracy years, when it means from chaos. So Derek came from chaos. That's what it's referencing, before anybody thinks I'm a fucking Mason. If I was, I wouldn't be sitting here in my fucking shed with no fucking money, skin. I'd be off living the fucking life with my buddies looking after me, making sure I've got work when I need it, and calling favours whenever it suits me. That's another point. Being an ex-32nd degree Freemason, oh, fucking bollocks, man. Utter bollocks. And if you were, you're not an ex-Freemason, you still fucking are. Your loyalty is to that mob. End of story. Miss Hunter 47, how do you open Socratic discussion with mates that believe in the globe model? Go and pour yourself a glass of water, sit it on the table, point to the glass of water and say, have you ever wondered why water just, makes the shape of the container and the surface is always level and stuff? And you'll probably get them going, aye, I know, wonder why that is, and blah, blah. Then you can start saying, well, if I keep increasing it, it doesn't really change. And they'll go, I know, because that's how water behaves, and blah, blah, blah. And then you can say, aye, that's right, so you agree to that. Aye. How the fuck can we live in a globe then? And then watch them fucking panic. Watch them starting to, gravity, gravity. Aye, gravity. Watch that happen. There's kind of lessons all through this channel on the street interviews, and I'm sure there is one there on the Socratic method. Just have a look at it to see if there's anything you're stuck with. Just give me a shout. I'd rather be doing that than continuing to just go out and do street interviews for the sake of trying to stay relevant, for the sake of just trying to get views on my channel, because I'm not fucking interested in that anymore. If I can help anybody, the offer's there. I will help, I will contribute in any way I possibly can to anything that's productive and progressive. So the offer's there, use it. I'm certainly not going to continue to sit here, regurgitating and putting out fucking interview after interview of the same. We need to hit places harder than that. Remember, don't have this illusion in your mind that I'm out in the street and I'm doing these interviews, and then in your mind you start to picture large crowds. We're talking about when I go out in the street, I maybe meet 10 people in that day. Now, how many million people is there in Scotland? And then realise that it is a fucking tiny pinprick in a huge ocean. You all need to start being active. No mirroring my activism. If that's what works for you, fine, use it. Just be you. Activism is simply speaking to your neighbours, speaking to your family, bringing up conversation with anybody, any opportunity you can get to put a seed in, to bring people's awareness to the fact that there is an ongoing question, that it's never been settled on what shape the earth actually is. Fuck off, IPS sock puppet. Who is it? What is the sock puppet? Which one is it? Marshall, you here?
Oh, I'm here. Yeah. Well, I think that's an unfounded accusation, dude. I don't see what's going on. I think it's just some petty pitching going on.
All right. Okay.
The paperclip and the rest of the people you commented on have been in the chat box today.
Right. Well, they had to offer anything.
Well, no.
No, because I asked Paperclip Boy, what his contacts are, what his real initiative, and what they're offering people, what their plan is. Something that's kind of with meat and bones in it, and I get nothing back from them. Absolutely nothing. And as I say, when I asked Paperclip Boy about his whole trading the paperclip up, and I asked him, has anybody else ever achieved that? Since you done it, managed to trade a paperclip all the way up to a home or a house or whatever the fuck it was? Or was it just an advertising campaign for that site? Which to me was probably more the truth, And then goes on TED Talks talking as if, I've really done this. Well, I've not seen any proof that that's really what happened. For me, I'm too sceptical. I think it was a fucking marketing ploy to bring attention to whatever site it was, whether it was Craigslist or whatever the fuck. I don't know. The real truth is bigger than these controlled social media platforms we have to communicate on. Yep, certainly is. Daniel Pratt, keep doing your thing. Appreciate it. Much respect. Cheers, Daniel. Same to yourself, man. Dan Tibbets, thanks, Dale. Not sure what for. Father Dale, that's right. That's right. I'll put the hand out. You can kiss it. Kiss. I am the flat earth leader, the activist leader. I started it all. It's all mine and nobody's entitled to any of it. I'm keeping it all for myself because I'm getting so much satisfaction out of it. I'm not getting anything for it. Ah, for fuck's sake, this chat's just jumped again.
Somebody asking whether how do we join? This isn't an open platform today, though, is it?
Yeah, what time am I on? 4:30. Aye, but I'm going to be fucking ruthless, so to be honest with you, because I can't be bothered with the same flaky shit. If you're a globe believer and you come in here with any bullshit, I'm not going to have any tolerance for it. Other than that, fine. You can send out the link if somebody's asking for it, man. I'm sure people are fed up listening to my fucking ramble anyway. Fly Earth Revolution, hi Dale, how you doing?
So the question is, are people going to take the advice and start supporting each other primarily, rather than these self-appointed, well, I'm not even going to title it, because it's quite obvious that these self-appointed heads are looking to garner the support for personal motivations, and that is monetizing on all of these channels, the publicizing of events that are for profit.
Yeah.
How about it, peeps? There's an activism channel up there that people can submit video to. They can sub to it if they feel like it. And
well, that's the whole point. You know, you create these things because you're trying to show people, look, it's not about monetary gain. If people have got a voice or they want an outlet for something, then we created that in order to offer it. But again, fucking the dastardly duo and the crew are trying to hijack that as well. You know, they're just mimicking. They have mimicked since I started the live stuff. They mimicked the format. They started to copy things that you're saying and things that you're doing because they know people were attracted to it. Because people are attracted to truth when it resonates with them. So they've mimicked pretty much every aspect of it. I would be very careful about sending your artwork or anything to any of these fucking muppets. For me, they're only in it for an agenda, whether it's personal gain or part of the oncoming deception. Who the fuck knows? But things don't add up. They appear from nowhere. They spout a lot of fucking rubbish. And make promises about futures, and at the same time promote conferences and their own little clique. You know, we're talking about elitist behaviour here again, and cliquey behaviour. So bear with me.
Again, commentary here from people that are saying that they're not being in a position to be able to sub. You click a button and then it's rejected. Yeah, I know this is one of a series of technical fuckeries that is being enacted in order to try and stifle.
Yeah, because there's a threat here, and you know what I'm saying, and I've always said, and it's the same again. My missus was saying to me this morning that she only really watches my channel and a few other ones, but she never gets any of my stuff in the recommendations. She gets everybody else, but my stuff does not appear in the recommendations. I'm hearing that people are not getting notified. I'm hearing people are getting unsubbed. We've seen the other night that it was set to people had to sign in, and it had an age restriction, whereas this morning, well, this afternoon, we have no such thing in the category. It just says people in blogs the way I had it set. But on Saturday, it was saying, age restriction, you had to sign in. So we know there's fuckery going on, and I appreciate the people with real eyes who can see these things, and that you stay and that you support the real message. I really appreciate you people, because you get it. A wee bit of responsibility on you is that you should be highlighting and speaking out every opportunity you get when you see these fakes and their fucking tactics going on. And people will come here and say it's divisive, I'm not the one that's being divisive. I'm the one that's telling the fucking truth. It's these manipulators and people who are in it to garner attention and wealth for themselves who are the problem. Trev68 there, what do you think about other flat earth YouTubers like Eric Dubai, for example? Well, what do you mean, what do I think about them? I only look at how people walk, what their content is and what they offer, and so should you. That is where it tells you everything. Huh? Props to Eric for supporting activism and real movement. You know, I can't fault any of that stuff. Shit.
I've got one link request here from Timmy. Would you believe?
Adam Island, if IPSs are wrong, and what about the people who promoted them, Jerry and Globus, blah, blah, blah? Well, I tried to raise this concern. This character appeared from nowhere, and every one of these established people promoted him like he was a fucking new messiah. So read into it yourself, people. I mean, come on. As I say, for months before, there's people who have been active that have put great content out there, who have pushed the envelope. They never get the promotion that this fucking moron gets. This is the same issues. This is why I established this in the first place, because this is the same things people were shouting about. This crew would not let people's voices be heard. They were ignoring real people's voices. They were ignoring people's concerns. People were being shut down, ejected, banned from them. So I created this and built it up in order to give people a platform to have a voice. So use it, come in, air your fucking concerns, speak out, say it how you see it. Don't be scared, don't be shy. There's no need to be scared and shy. You're not here to be a persona. You don't have to get everything right. Nobody's going to judge your mannerisms or how you speak. If you're nervous and you're stuttery, it's fine, we understand. We're real people. We're no fucking TV presenters trying to portray that we're fucking Parkinson and all this shit. It's just another aspect that I'm going to get fed up with. That's the reason why I opened the channel up. If it does not get used, I'm not going to keep doing it. Crystal Shift, women don't get the 33rd, do they? Don't think for a minute that any of this is about fucking men and women with these fucking clowns. It's about the mind that they have. That's how they identify each other. Doesn't matter the skin or the robe or the symbol that they're hiding behind. It's up there that's identifiable, and they recognise it in each other. That's how they band together. Come on, people. Sammy Jean, I want to believe it's so bad, but it's crazy thinking the earth is flat. No, it's not. The earth is a level plane. What the full dimensions are unknown. Places covered in water. It's level. The oceans are not flowing anywhere. Therefore, it's level. The land masses have got undulations. There's high points and low points. The liquid is level. You don't have to believe it. It does not require your belief or your faith. Just go and turn the fucking tap on. Play with the water and understand the physics of it. You don't need a scientist or a PhD or anybody to tell you. You can observe it very easily. The liquid does not support itself. It's formless. Does not hold itself in convex shapes. Go and run a bath. Fill the bath up. Get many, many objects. Any object you like, any shape you like. Submerge it in the water. And then tell me that you're seeing a silhouette of the shape upon the water surface. Then go to the mirror, slap fuck out of yourself for being such a fucking moron, for believing it in the first place. And then get with the programme like the rest of us. Okay? Trev68, Dale, what do you think about Eric Dubai? I don't know why, but he suspects everyone around are being shills. Well, he's fucking quite right to suspect that everyone's being shills because there's fucking millions of them here. The majority of them. Now, there's a portion of them who are deliberate shills and agents, and there's a portion of them who behave like that because they're just full of ego and they don't really get what's going on. They're just charlatans who are jumping on something that is trending. So I totally understand 100% why Eric doesn't trust anybody, because I don't fucking trust anybody. It's not about trusting on a personal level. It's about trusting people who represent the truth, who represent objective, empirical facts. Right? People will use empirical facts and truth for so long, and then they'll go another direction, which is also deliberate and also no deliberate. It's just people losing themselves. So it's very difficult because humans in the condition they are in right now are a fucking mess. As I say, I keep going back to that, saying to myself, people just deserve what they fucking get. They deserve to be in this position. Because they're not interested in figuring it out, spending the time contemplating and moving beyond it. I do apologise, people. I have a guest. Sorry to have been rude, Billy.
Not at all, Del. How you doing, buddy?
I'm fine, man.
Good.
How are you?
You've been doing a good job. I just wanted to tell you that. And I know you get it from, it's my first time being able to talk to you. And I appreciate all you do. And your last video where you had the 3 missionaries in your shed was a heartfelt, very touched me. And you're the type of person that would give your own shirt off your back for your fellow brother. And I like someone like that, that speaks the truth. And I wanted to pat you on the back for doing that. And I wanted to publicly thank you in front of all these people and how much that really meant to me. And I'm also glad that you stood up to some of these people. I had to drop my channel because of the same drama and the stuff that's going on. I commend you, John, all the people involved at Imaginary Curve for the activism, showing us the way. And that's what I've been being involved with, passing out flyers, getting into street discussions. I haven't filmed anything yet, but I've been doing it on a daily basis. I get some good responses. And you're a channel I would like to direct my people to, without the drama, without all the shillery and the Freemason stuff. I just want to stick to the flat earth. It's hard to try to introduce people that have been deceived for so long and then steer them to a channel that there's nothing but massive drama going on. And that's not going to help our cause. I really appreciate the new channel, the Flat Earth Activism channel. As you can see, one of our people that we featured on there, D Marble, had a big article in a magazine published out online, and several articles have been printed about a spirit level experiment, and it's really taken off and people are taking notice. And this is the kind of activism that we need. And I thank you and the Flat Earth Activism channel for supporting him. And you see just what a little support does for someone. It really helps spread the truth. And the proof is in the pudding. So I just wanted to come on and just say hi and thank you for all you do. And thank John Smith publicly. Another great person involved with your channel. Anyone who supports this channel is great in my respect.
Well, John has got his own channel now as well. John has his own audience and he's doing his own things. So that's what I'm saying about, you know, this channel and this platform, you know, as I say, I opened up to people. People came, they went. You know, I still support people, but here it's just me. No, you know, as I say, that there was this flurry that there's a team here and that, you know, everybody's helping each other, but that's just not the way it panned out. I can only be me, and it might not suit other people. So as I say, like John, he's got his own channel, he's his own audience, he wants to do his own thing, which is fine and great. I'll support anybody. If anybody can come through here and get established and then be known, fine. As in regards to what you were saying about, you know, thanking me, I really appreciate that, man, and that's true. And who I am, I would give the last that I had in order to help anybody. You know, I'm selfless in that way, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, because it's through selfless acts. The only selfish part of this for me is that, you know, I want to find out where I am. That's the selfish part, you know. But I'll offer my selflessness to people so that I can achieve that selfish part, you know, which again is not really selfish because it's going to benefit everybody if we get to find out exactly where we are, you know. So no, Billy, I really appreciate what you're saying. It means a lot, you know, and I'm sure everybody else who heard that will feel the same.
Like I said, Del, this channel means a lot to a lot of people. The street activism, I like your techniques. I like the tools that are presented on your show. I like the interviews you're doing. It keeps us sharp-minded. It goes over and reviews how to answer certain questions when they come upon you. It gives us real life situations where people are responding to the questions, and it gives us a little practice of what to expect when we do it for real life. And I see a lot of people taking your lead, and I'm like saying, not to commend you, but you're in this community for a reason. This channel was opened up for a reason because you just want to spread the truth like all of us. And we need to help each other out, stick to the flat earth, stick to the activism, and let the drama, this whole movement is so full of the drama right now. It's just, it's meant to turn people off. Like I said, if you send someone, yeah, if no, it's okay. If you send someone to research flat earth and they get caught up in this drama, they're just going to call BS and just drop the whole subject and go back to believing in the globe.
Yeah.
And again, we don't want that.
No, again, that's fine for people like us who are beyond that. But again, going back to what I said at the beginning about employing the methods and using the same manipulative tactics in order to empower people are still true. So some people are attracted to drama, but if the drama is constructive, then it's fine. But drama that's meaningless, that's just to perpetuate people's confusion and cause division, is another issue. You know, healthy drama, people confronting each other, you know, getting out in the open when they have, you know, a suspicion or a thought. You know, I'm trying to encourage that as well. You know, don't be scared to just come and say exactly what it is you want to say, because that's good. That's healthy drama. You know, rather than this, oh, such and such is, I don't fucking like him because, you know, confrontation with each other and questioning each other is healthy drama as far as I'm concerned, you know. But I know what you're referring to, you know, the personality drama is a whole other aspect, and that has been going on since the beginning from the same prominent figures who have been there since the beginning, you know.
Exactly. And we don't need it. And like, I'm glad that you stood up to this IPS character, and you're one of the few channels that didn't kiss his ass. And like I said, the guy is nothing but a charlatan, in my opinion. And I got ridiculed hard for it, for speaking out against him in the very beginning. He can believe whatever he wants. He's his own individual. I just ask him, where's this proof of an infinite plane? That's all I ask. I mean, you can't push any model. Let's just agree that water's flat and that the earth is not a globe or a sphere. And let's go with that. But to push one model over the other, like you said, push one map, and is leading us down trails that we have no evidence for, and it's just defeating our cause. And once people start questioning that there's no visible curvature, no matter how high you go, and that water, natural physics of water, it always remains flat, it makes people, the common average person who doesn't have a PhD, can understand the simplest things.
Yeah.
And that's all we need to do. And it's really simple. Keep it simple. Hey, Del, I just wanted to tell you I love you. God bless you and your family. I know you're not a religious person, but I want the blessings of the Lord to be upon you, your family. And that was touching what you did for those people. It brought me to tears, Del. And I like someone like that because, if I was stuck in Scotland and I needed someone, I'd look up Del. And let me tell you, give your own shirt off your own back. And that's a man of my heart, brother. Peace to you and all these people who support your channel. God bless you all. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Billy. Means a lot, man. Well, what can I say, Billy? Thank you very much. You've left, but that's it. These things touch me. They always have done. Just for people to show some selfless behaviour and to reach out to each other and be willing to support and help each other. Now, that sounds kumbaya and blah blah blah, whatever. It doesn't mean to say that I agree with they three guys and everything they believe, or who they are in their personal life. But when the chips are done and people need help, then I'm going to be the first one there, because for me, I've always had a problem with suffering and unnecessary suffering. It fucking pains me, like Billy showing his emotion. I wish I could, break down like that, Billy. You're a bigger man than me for being able to show that side of you. If I have to shed tears, it's always in private and nobody will ever see it. So I really appreciate the strength and the security you have within yourself to display that. You're a big man with a big heart, and I really appreciate it, man. So thanks.
I didn't get the opportunity to put out a shout for his channel, dude, because apparently he's had to change it according to what he was saying. So, Bill, I'll sort it out later on, man. And we'll throw it in on the next broadcast.
He did say that you had to shut it down. So
I think there is a replacement channel, though, so that's what I couldn't find. Jibby was going to pop in for a minute, dude.
Sorry.
Jibby was going to pop in, have a word about the monetizing issues.
Cool. She, everything about her history has been fabricated. The timescales are completely messed up. Well, that's it. As I say, I don't have to delve into it and constantly delve into it as if I'm an expert in these things. Simple fact of the matter is you put it to people, things that are not in your direct experience, what do they really mean to you? Why are you placing your emotions and importance on these types of things? We live right now we're in a position of mass deceit. And that we need to start getting critical and pushing these things like don't have beliefs, right? And things that matter. As I say, when it comes to objective reality, you don't have to have beliefs. So I totally agree. History and all that fucking storytelling, it means absolutely fucking nothing to me. All it does is give you a fucking sore head. Waste your time.
Jibby's made it on, dude.
Oh, sorry, I was too busy scrolling through that chat. How you doing, Jibby? I think you have to unmute yourself, man.
Jibby, mic check, please, man.
Oh. Test.
Test.
That
sounds like
test.
poor hardware connection. You're coming through now. Yeah.
All right, man. This microphone. Oh. All right. So you guys can hear me?
Yeah.
How you doing, Del?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You?
Good, good, good. I feel better listening to guys like you. I'm a blue collar commoner. You know, it's nice to hear like the voice of somebody who's not, you know, shooting for the popularity. It's the popularity, but it's like an infection. You know, they see they're getting idolized or whatever, and then that it seems to, and the monetizing. I wanted to talk about the monetizing. I've been in this truth movement, whatever you want to call it. I hate labels, but I've been seeking the truth. I don't know, 20, 25 years. I've been going after NASA for a good 25 years. I've seen it all in this. I've seen the popularity. I've seen the cult of personalities. I've seen the religious parts of it. And I don't know. I get very uncomfortable watching all of these donations flying up the chat and then how it's changing these people. And then I feel like when you start getting money involved with the truth, it changes your motivations. You know what I'm saying? Like you're speaking from the heart, and then you start seeing money flying at you. And now you're going to stick to whatever it was that you were saying that was generating that money. And now this changes your organic type of speech. Like when you're speaking from the heart, you're speaking true. Now you're getting money. Well, now you want to please the people who are giving you money, and you may not, you may still be on the right page, but you tend to shift now your priorities, especially if you become dependent on the income.
Yeah.
And once that income starts coming in, I've seen this happen with a lot of the UFO channels, things like that. When they start to get really big and there's no organic UFO footage coming out that week, well, they want the income. So now you're getting fake UFOs, and now this creates a corruption. And it's a slippery slope, this monetizing. It really is. I don't even want to engage in a contract with YouTube. We see that they manipulate the numbers, the subs. So it's kind of like, would you go into business with somebody who's a liar and a cheat, even if they give you some of the money? You know, it's just, they're corrupt to me. I don't want to engage in a monetization contract with a corporation like that. They're corrupt. So I stay away from that, and I'll never monetize. And the truth shouldn't cost anything. Now, I understand people give their time, and people do have a lot of money and like to throw it around to good people. So it doesn't seem like anything nefarious is going on, and I don't think it is. But once you start getting that money, you may think you have a hold on it. Next thing you know, your motivations have changed. The money motivates you to start doing more and more things to get more and more attention. And then the ego will kick in a little bit, and you have all this going on here. And now you're not who you would have been if you just stayed neutral, free, speak from the heart, not try to become popular. If you're supposed to be popular, you will become popular, like you. I consider you a popular channel, one of the top ones, and you didn't do anything to get there other than be yourself. You know, you weren't trying to please anybody. You're sticking to yourself. You're sticking to the truth, and that's it. You're just doing it simple, nice and simple. I don't see the dollar sign below your chat, like, and people would toss you money if you put it there.
Yeah,
because they like what you're saying.
Well, it can be very easy for people to succumb to that. But for me, telling the truth and people realising it, people supported the truth and helped to, that progression. And then it's organic, it's for the right reasons. There was loads of people at the start. Well, not loads of people, but guys like, Sean, Mindfulness, and a few others who recognised it and pushed it on their channels as well, who made a noise about the actual message. And that's how it gets places, because the message is true and people come to it because they realise it. And as you say, if your attention starts to become about money and becoming dependent on money, your incentive and your attitude and your whole intent changes. I've played with the scenario even myself. If you start getting money, how would it go? And then you realise, you would become dependent on it. You would then feel as if you had to just churn things out to stay popular and relevant. Because you've all become dependent on it. So you're totally spot on, man. That's why it's been important to me to avoid it.
Exactly. You want to stay relevant because when you're relevant and you're on point, that's when the money's coming in. And
Yeah.
guys like Alex Jones, I know he's fake or whatever, but he's a good example on the surface of he started out in just a black room with a microphone, basically. And then the money starts coming in, the sponsorship. Next thing you know, it's tangy tangerine, and it's just constant commercials, and now he's become the very system he's supposed to fight. I mean, I know he's part of it or whatever, but that's an example on the surface of just next thing you know, you have to have ads and advertisements, and you can't piss off your sponsors now. So now this curbs the truth a little bit, and now you can't. You basically become somebody's bitch when you start taking money. And I don't want to ever be somebody's. I don't want anybody's money. I don't even want their donations, even though I would appreciate them and could definitely use them. I'm not putting the dollar sign up there. I'm not monetizing. I'm not doing any of that. It will change me, and I do not want to. I know me. I'm human. You know, I'll start to alter myself for the money, and I don't want to do that. So I gotta hold myself back.
Yeah, because it makes life easier, and you know we're going to take the easy option. You know, and in this system, I can't really blame people for that, but it takes a certain strength, not to. You know, and I'm like you, as you say, of course you could use the money. You know, always a scum, but there's people who are far worse off than me. You know, who could be using that money. So I would never bend myself to that. I don't need it. I've lived by my means before this and all the way through it, and I'll continue to, you know.
Exactly. That's how I feel too. Like I've had to support myself, flat earth or not. I'm just going to keep doing the same. My life might be a little bit easier, but it's a slippery slope. It's a double-edged sword. And I don't even want to take the chance of altering myself in this because my heart is where it is. I'm like you. You speak my words. Like, and so I listen. It's like listening to me, except you articulate it a lot better than I could. But that's how I feel too. I feel exactly the same, and I like to support those types of channels and guys like Itchy Bum. See, I get a bad taste in my mouth. I've spoken to him a couple times, and he seems like a decent enough guy or whatever. And I prefer he's on our side than against us. But then I go into his chats and I see like they're building golden idols and statues to this guy over every word, and he can't do no wrong. And I'm like, whoa. He's just a regular guy here. Like now his ego's getting a little higher and higher, and it's like, oh, here we go. Now this guy's gonna be compromised or whatever by the idol worship, hero worship. And then here's the top channels coming and say, oh, you've been in this for a month. Now we're best friends now. Now I'm going to give you more attention. Like, what? What about the people who've been in this? They got shit up to their waist. They've been in this for so long. They're busting their ass, but they don't have, top support to get extra notice or whatever. But it's the new shiny on the block that gets all the attention all the time. I don't know. I don't like that. The new flavor of the months, I call them.
I don't like it either because it can cause bitterness with people and dishearten real people when they see that kind of thing going on. As I say, everybody deserves props for their efforts, not just one individual who offers an empty gesture and all of a sudden becomes an overnight sensation. That's just not right for me.
No, an overnight sensation, I tend not to trust. Like, I want somebody to have some mileage on them. I can't just be like, okay, they just came out of nowhere, lots of great content, but they don't have that mileage. Like, I trust mileage. I trust endurance. I trust those things. So that's also a factor, too, to me. And how long somebody has been in this, and then not just a one-hit wonder, flavor of the month, come and go, and yay, all the attention or whatever, and then creates more idol worship, more hero worship, and then this is an exponential kind of explosion. Like if you start on the scene and you bought 10,000 subs, first time people see you, they see 10,000 subs, which are fake. Now this gives them the illusion that you're popular. Now they want to be a part of it. So that 10,000 that you invested in can grow to 30,000 exponentially just based on perception.
Yeah.
You get a false perception going out there of people, and then that will grow upon itself organically.
Yeah, and you can see them employing that very, very method. My channels were appearing last year with thousands of subscribers, and you're looking at the view count on the videos and they don't match the subs. So they know that these things sway people. It's the same as the thumbs and up comments or thumbs and up videos, because people are swayed by those perceptions, you know?
Yep, exactly. And I've been hiding my sub counts because I don't even want to. It's not a competition to me, so
No.
I don't even want to create that. And plus, it also creates like a prejudgment. If your subs are too low, well, then you obviously you don't have good content and you're boring, and and if you have too high of a count, well, now you're a shill. So it's like you have to be right in the middle, and I don't even want to play. If that's the rule of the game, I don't want to play that game. So I hide the subs. I should hide more, like view counts and stuff like that, but sometimes those are important. I don't know. I don't know what to pick, but I definitely want to hide my sub counts. It's not because I'm not that's my statement. If I'm not competing with anybody, we can't compete with each other, because the competition is what causes the bullshit. It's what causes us to go back into that system of control, of capitalism. The competition divides us, if anything, because if you're competing with somebody, you're not working together.
That's
You're
it.
against them.
And again, I assess the psychology of people who I can see who are in that competing or moaning because they're not getting the popularity or they're not making enough money. But you say, well, hang on now, we're supposed to be dismantling this structure and breaking free from it. But you have these people who are complaining that they're not getting success within the very structure they're complaining about. So really, it's like they're only complaining about that structure until they get a piece of it, and then they're happy and content.
I don't want a piece of that. I've been popular in some mediums that I've done in my life or whatever, and it's kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. And especially if you have a popular YouTube channel, you're going to spend 6 hours a day just dealing with emails and all. You need a PR person for that. And the bigger you get, now you have to expand. It's just it's the same system,
That's a great point you raised. That's why I find it so difficult to respond to so many comments. As I say, you're trying to deal with family life. You're getting, you're putting your own funds. You're going out and doing street interviews. You're putting videos up. I've said that. I've said it to Marshall. You need a fucking secretary or a team, to actually respond to everything. It's so difficult.
And if you don't get back to everybody, now you're a shill, you're a fake. Oh, I emailed him 5 times, he won't get back to me, and now you got to deal with this drama that gets created. No, I'd like to stay off the radar, backstage, hands-on, bricklaying, doing it myself. Just don't look at me. Don't put a spotlight on me. Put it on the people who articulate well and have great content. ODD's got his 24-hour thing going now. He's going to feature people's content, he said. That's a great thing to have 24/7 running with constant contact, because instead of television, you can just go and watch flat earth stuff now 24/7. No commercials. People want to donate to that to keep it going. All right, I'll support that. But as long as they're working for the common good, not their own personal good, to build themselves up, so then later they can do good, because you don't know if you're going to get corrupted later or bought out or whatever. And anybody that gets too popular, you're getting threatened, you're getting bought out. Everybody stay low. Everybody stay off the radar. This is how the change will spread, in the whispers behind closed doors, that type of thing. It starts, you get to the individual. You don't need to have a spotlight on you to make a change. You really don't. You didn't have a spotlight on you. You resonated with people that attracted more. Hey, you got to listen to this guy Dell. He's a good guy. He's just doing it in a shed. That type of thing. The word spreads naturally, organically. You didn't have to buy it. You didn't have to fool people to think that what you're saying means something. I don't know. It's like I like the organic grassroots.
Yeah, that's it. You're not trying to sell anything. It's just getting to the root of the truths and shouting them enough times. Eventually, people will come to you and realise that you're somebody who's representing the truth, and that was my interest. Not to be popular. As I said before, if I'm popular for telling the truth, then so be it. But I don't want to be popular for who I am as a man. Personally, it's never going to be about that for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want your sub count, because you probably have more emails to deal with in a day than you want to deal with. And that takes away from your content building, your work, your plans. in flat Earth. Like I've been doing flat Earth since early 2015. I was hitting the forums. I was taking some shots right away about no satellites and stuff. You keep going, you keep going. And I have plans, but then I get distracted. You know, you get the Hangouts thing, you have the dramas thing. This pulls me away from my content creation, my original plans. Like you're getting either wrapped up in the monetizing and the business aspect, you're getting wrapped up in the drama. We're all being pulled away and distracted from why we did this originally.
Yeah,
was
exactly.
To get it out there.
Exactly, man. Exactly. You know, so there's so many.
I'm you know, we're all human. I get caught up in the drama. Next thing I know, I just wasted 2 days dealing with shills and trolls, and so why? And then I end up bringing them attention on top of it.
Yeah, yeah. As I say, for me, you know, I totally understand that. For me, I use it tactically. I don't get involved in every aspect of it, but when I see certain things, for me, I look at it as an opportunity to highlight how these games happen. You know? It's just part of my journey, if you like. But there's so many pitfalls to this that it's easy for people to trip up and lose themselves within it, you know?
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of good people fall just because they can't stand the drama, or they just don't want it doesn't feel right anymore. It feels like it's been corrupted and infiltrated, and then now they get nervous, they get depressed because they're already depressed, and just makes them more depressed.
Yep.
No, we need progress. We need building. We don't need destruction and regress. We want to move forward. Yep. And the trolls and whatnot, they kind of keep us at that doorway of flat Earth truth, because they don't want to go through the door. So we stay there, and we're like, no, it's like this. Look, no, it's like this. And we stay there, and we've been stuck at the doorway for the past 2 years. We need to move forward. They'll come. You know, they'll follow us. They watch more flat Earth videos than we do, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You're right about being stuck at the doorway. That's why the street stuff was important. That, you know, many other people have done as well. It was just to progress, because you could see clearly that we're not going to progress anywhere by watching YouTube videos or regurgitating the same YouTube videos over and over again. We have to reach new people who are probably not getting recommendations to flat Earth videos who are going on YouTube. How do you get your way around that? Now you have to go out and meet people directly, or, you know, use whatever means you can to try and get the word to them.
Right.
So, yeah.
Teaming up helps. You get some local flat earthers in your area, do a group effort, group experiments, things like that. On your free time, film it, put it on your channels, that kind of thing. Hands-on experiments, whatever. I say start at the floor and we'll work our way up. I want to direct us to the skylights. It doesn't matter if there's 18 celestial poles, the floor is still flat. Like I worked a mirror ball as a DJ for a long time. I've had 2 mirror balls, 3 mirror balls, light shows. No matter what the ceiling lights look like, the floor was always flat. You know?
Exactly.
So they're redirecting our attention because they don't have an argument against the water level, the lack of curvature, the lack of photos. Those were our original points that they still ignore.
Yeah, it's
so
sophism.
we keep repeating them, you know?
Part of the sophism. We have to use these manipulative tactics and, you know, point people at untangible things like the sky. Never mind focusing here on Earth. So I appreciate that you see that, man.
Yeah, we don't know the skylights yet. We're working on it. We're starting on a grassroots budget of nothing. You know, if we had 1 day's worth of NASA's budget, we would have these answers.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
They talk about Gish Gallop, you know, and they use these phrases and don't even know what it means. And that's what they do to us. They throw this Gish Gallop at us that we are somehow expected to answer these questions about the luminaries and things that are untangible to us. And it's, you know, it's a fallacy on their part, but it's manipulative. They do it deliberately to confuse people and make people doubt themselves, because people think if they don't have an answer, or somebody doesn't have an answer, that thereby by default means that what they're offering must be true then, you know. And it's not. We, you know, say to people, it's an ongoing investigation. We don't know what these things are, but we can find out. But we have to start slowly, establish exactly what's going on down here and what the full dimensions are that we can actually touch and then see where that takes us.
And I like the way you say it's an investigation.
Yeah.
I'm treating this like I'm a detective investigating a crime, and the crime is fraud.
Yeah.
So I'm treating it from a neutral perspective of fraud. Like, okay, like NASA's been accused of fraud. Okay, well, you've discovered a crime here. All right, now tell me the makeup of the entire universe. Oh, you can't? Well, then you obviously don't know what you're talking about. It has nothing to do with that. I've just discovered a crime. Let's investigate the crime. Well, what's the motivation? Who the hell knows the motive? That's down the list. Just do it like a detective. You don't know the motivation until you've investigated, interrogated them. First, you have to arrest them. You know what I'm saying? That's step one. There's been a crime. You investigate the crime. Is there proof of the crime? Yes. Now you get a warrant. You arrest these people, and now you find out what's going on. And they want to redirect us to what's the motivation. If you don't know that, well, I'm not investigating the crime then. Or if you don't know who made DNA, well, you don't know anything. It's ad hominem nonsense. It's to attack the character instead of the information.
Yeah, it's total fallacies, mate. You're spot on. And that's it. Keeping it simple. A sequence of events, just as you say. That's a great analogy. It's an ongoing crime scene, And because we don't know the motives, we don't know.
This is a major crime. Like, this is serious. We need to take it seriously. We need to stop trying to capitalize on it for our own personal gain as well, with the pure intent of, well, I'm going to take that personal capital gain and I'm going to pour it back in to help spread it and get more attention on me. And if anybody wants attention on them, I already am standoffish about it. I'm like, okay, that's not somebody who, true in their heart, just want, because, all right, the truth sets the individual free, but spreading the truth sets us all free. And we're not going to get anywhere until we're all free. You know what I'm saying? Because that ends the system. The individual can step out of the system and might be okay having that truth, but the system will still exist and grow, and the fence will get higher and higher. We need to do this together to stop it. We need to work like ants. You know what I'm saying?
And be selfless on it. And identify these people who are in it just to serve their own, ego, self-gratify. That's where I see the problems. Just like Billy was saying, that selfless attitude. For me, it's about identifying that. That's what we need. People who are, really true, that don't have that egotistical drive. For the benefit of all, But for me, I don't think everybody will benefit, and nobody really wants to benefit as a whole. For me, my only hope is that we can get enough to be looking at it to increase the chances of, me finding out exactly where the fuck I am.
Yeah. And I try to stick to being more accurate too. Like, I don't speak in factual statement if I don't know 100% of what I'm saying is true. I'll say, we think the stars are this, or I think that it's like this. I don't say, well, 1,000 years ago, this person said this. Well, you're speaking like that's a fact when you can't verify that. And everything you've been told. They taught us to write. They taught us to read. They created the nuclear family. Like, these are all, they've been puppeting us from the start. So I can't use any of their information as true, verifiable, 100% fact. Whatever somebody wrote 500,000, 200 years ago, I can't fully trust until I can.
The only thing we should be passing on is our own direct experience. That's
primary information, yes.
Exactly, man. Yeah, but they've got us caught up in this mentality of, absorb and repeat. And people think it's, acceptable. And for me, it's a huge part of the deception. They require people to be in that mind frame.
Right. I never worked with a pendulum, so I'm not going to argue pendulums, or I'm not going to argue other people's findings of pendulums or shadows. These are things I didn't do myself. So I can argue what I've done myself and stand there, with 100 people being hostile towards me. It doesn't matter. It's 100% true because I did it. And I feel confident in that.
It's different if somebody comes along and says blah, blah, blah. Then they offer you a practical example or a practical outlet for you to experience or realise it yourself. And that's fine. Yeah, but you're totally right. You know, I'll stand there in the minority saying I don't know. Well, you have 100 insecure people run about you who need certainty. It doesn't make them right. You know, you're correct to stand there and be honest and true to you and say I don't know. No?
Yeah.
But people are scared
People
of that.
need to be humble. They need to humble up big time. You need to be able to say, I don't know everything. You need to be able to say, I really don't know a lot of this stuff, what's going on. I have to relearn. I don't know everything about everything. Like, people are afraid to be humble and to say, two hardest things it is for people to say is, I apologize. I'm sorry. I was wrong. No, that was the other one. I'm sorry, and I was wrong. Those are two of the hardest things for people to say.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was wrong. I don't know. That's it. I'm sorry, I was wrong, and then I don't know. Like, people always have to have a definitive, like Itchy Bum. Doesn't he have an answer for everything? When does he ever say, I don't know?
No, he's just one of these guys who are good regarded. He's probably taking Alex Jones, David Icke, Michael Tazari, and Jordan Maxwell. All these people accumulated everything that they've ever said and then spouts it. Because he says it with certainty, it comes across to people as if it is certain, when really it's not his direct experience either. It's just the same as the rest of us who can read a book or a bit of information and then start claiming to know what it is. No, it's nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. I did the same thing. I watched Tessarian and all them. I've been studying this stuff just like he did. So, but I'm not spouting it out. Like, I can reference it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go around saying like all of their research and work is true. It's good information to take in and put part of the investigation and maybe complete the puzzle. But exactly, that's exactly what he's doing, and I think he's capitalizing off of it. Like, I was in his chat for 10 minutes one time, and he made like $120 in 10 minutes. If it's for the art show or whatever, but like, damn, like, I can see the corruption just slippery slope over here with this. If it worked for the art show, okay, now something else is going to come up next, and then it's then people are going to regret. Oh, so he was, it's just, I've seen this before.
Yeah, and then it's look, flat Earth was just full of charlatans trying to make money, and they never took you anywhere, and it never went anywhere. You can see it all being set up like that. People are asking for it,
Yeah. And if we never took money to begin with, that can't even be on the table as a possibility. If we all just did this pure organically grassroots and it grew naturally from there, yes, we do need some kind of funding. We need some kind of, if we get together and we get organized, we will need an economist and somebody good with money and finances. Like, that's not my end of it or whatever, but we would need structure like that, though, to fund experiments and whatnot.
Yeah, for progress, not for anybody's personal gain. That's the difference.
Right. I thought that when channels like Globebusters are receiving all that donation, I was like, I hope you guys are putting that into a fund, and not touching it. You're putting it towards like balloon experiments, whatever it is.
Or an advertising campaign to get the word out, local to where they are, anything. Use it to put fuel in your car, go to a radio station and get somebody to speak to you, whatever. But I don't see it like that, so I wonder where it's all going.
Yeah, I don't know either. And then
what I do notice is nice homes and nice cars and holidays, and I've seen a lot of that kind of stuff,
Yeah, I put it right back into it, or just put it aside into an account. That's the community account type of thing where we can't really draw from it for personal stuff unless checks and balances, like you said, put gas in your car because you're going to the radio station to film something that's going on YouTube or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you can pull from it. I don't know. This is in my area. I'm not the economist type of guy, but that's how I would do it because it stays organic. You need to keep it uncorruptible. If there's a chance for corruption, it will happen because we're still programmed. We're trying to come out of this programming.
System. I've witnessed corruption in people's minds by not even monetary. I've seen people getting a few hundred, 1,000 subscribers, and their mind being corrupted by that illusion that they think they're some sort of power or celebrity. They're not even getting an income. But it's amazing how fallible people are to these types of things. It doesn't always even come down to money. Just the sheer fact that they're getting attention. is enough for people sometimes.
Yep. If they've never got that kind of attention and accreditation or whatever in their lives, and they're getting it now, well, they're going to want more, and then that'll be a self-feeding system, and that can get corrupted. It's about just don't look at me, like listen to me, but don't look at me. That's how I am. Just look at the people who articulate it better.
That's it. Who's representing the actual factual information and representing the objective truth, and it's not about the person. I've always parroted that to people, but it just doesn't sink in.
Right, and just people like be on the lookout for one-hit wonders. Like there's some channels out there who are doing little 5-minute videos, just regurgitating, basic flat Earth points, just to get popular, just to sell a product. Like, just be on the lookout for that type of thing. Look for endurance too with some people. Like, how long have they been in this? What's their content? What have they contributed? What's the fruits of their labor?
Yeah. What's their intentions as well? All these promises.
Yeah.
Their intent. That for me is a problem. When you question these people, like I question Itchy Bum Syndrome and Paperclip Boy, they banned me from the chat because they don't want to explain their intention, because they know it's empty. They're not really offering anything. Yeah. So.
Oh. Yeah. Banning anybody because they're critiquing you or they're challenging you. I don't know. Yeah. You got something to hide?
No. That's it. That's it. But I hear them saying all that, parroting, the format I try to create. Oh, I want to invite people here, and people can have their say here, and you can send your art here or your activism and blah, blah, blah. It's just a total mimicking and an attempt to try and hijack real grassroots. But it's blatantly obvious to people like ourselves. But sometimes you've just got to highlight it and hope that the penny will drop with others. Who knows? Plus, I get enjoyment out of pointing at them as well, because I think, it's funny, and I quite enjoy watching them squirm and seeing how frail this whole fucking nonsense actually is.
I know. Well, we're uncorruptible. At least I feel you are. And, I feel better, more grounded, knowing that at least there's 1, 2, 3 other people out there like me. So I know this isn't going to die out. This isn't going to be shamed away. Like I can take the shaming. It's nonsense. Like, you don't pay my bills for me. I don't care what you say. Like,
you couldn't survive here if you didn't have a thick skin like that. That's what I try to say to people. If people are affecting you emotionally, it's probably their intention to do so. And then you should ask yourself why you're being affected emotionally. It's probably because you really care about what people think of you. And if you have that, then you're going to fall very quickly. Fuck them.
I put food on my table. They don't. Have your opinions all you like. It's fine, but I'm still going to carry on.
Until they can prove to me they have the full objective truth, their opinion means absolutely fucking nothing.
Exactly. I'll listen. Doesn't mean I'm going to apply it. Doesn't mean I'm going to believe it. Doesn't mean, but I'll listen. I'll listen to everybody's critiquing or whatever. That's fine. Speak your mind. I've been in this long enough that I can just tell, who's who and what's what. You can just tell after a while. And I try not to get caught up in the paranoia. I've seen the paranoia thing sweep over people where everybody's a shill, everybody's an actor, everybody's got a voice changer. And then this just keeps going and going and going. And now you don't even know when to stop with the paranoia. That's
it. And I've been there myself. Because of that lack of trust in these behaviours, it can put you into that kind of state of paranoia.
Yeah, and when it comes down to it, who cares? Who cares if 90% of them are shills? I'm still going to move forward. I'm going to still work with people who are moving forward. They're not stopping us, but they're stopping us when I have to stop my progress and point them out and pay attention to them and deal with their drama. Now they are doing what they were meant to do and halting progress. But it was my choice to halt my own progress by focusing on them, by making a hit piece video about them, by highlighting them, by drawing attention to them, by having a big challenge. And I've done them myself where I have one-on-one debates with like Flat Earth Math or whatever. But I feel like I did it with him because I wanted to be an example of how a flat earth person and a ball earth person can have a debate and be civil and not hostile to each other. And you know, because this was before people were even able to talk to each other. All panels were screaming and shout matches, and it was nonsense. But now there seems to be a better dialogue. At least this guy is a teacher. So a lot of people think that's an accredited, valuable source of paper facts or whatever. But he's still like all the others. He's like, well, I know your eyes see this, but just read the paper facts, and there's your truth. Like it doesn't even make sense to me. The paper facts need to match what I'm seeing, otherwise I can't buy into it.
Exactly, and it's very really concerning that people like him know these stuff and things are pointed out to them continually, and then they say that he's a teacher. My fucking goodness, you know, it's fucking the ignorance is criminal. If you're still teaching fucking heliocentric testicles to people, you know?
Yeah, it's tape recorder. Whoever's the best tape recorder is the smartest. Is that intelligence? The ability to be a tape recorder? No. The intelligence is learning how to put something together without the instructions. You know, like pure organic intelligence. Just looking at an engine, you know, being able to like you're an organic mechanic type of thing. Like just being taught something and regurgitating it is not intelligence. That's a tape recorder.
That's it. But that's the way they've created the education system, especially here. I can only talk for here. You're rewarded and identified when you repeat well, and then when you repeat in your own words, that makes you even more clever. So you're rewarded more, you know, more for that. So, so what do you expect? You're gonna breed and create a fucking you know, a group of people who just regurgitate what they're told on command, and then think they're clever.
Yeah, because they have that ability to remember that thing that they were told, and then they can spit it out perfectly verbatim. So, wow, you're really smart. No, we use these words incorrectly. Like there are chimps. There's videos on YouTube where they put children and apes in a memory test where they flash numbers on the computer screen. And they only flash them for a second and then they vanish, and you ought to hit the blank squares in the correct numerical order, and then you get a treat. So the chimps were getting a peanut every time they did it correctly, and the humans would get a little treat too. But the apes, they kicked our ass on memory. They really did. So is that intelligence? Is your memory intelligence? Because if that is, we're in the planet of the apes and they've already taken over.
I think you're closer to the truth than you realise there, my man.
I know. All right, Del, I don't want to take any more of your time. I just wanted to get that off my chest and, you know, what your thoughts were about it. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man. We all love you. You know, don't listen to the shaming and whatnot. You know, I know it doesn't affect you really, but we're here. We may be silent sometimes, but we're here.
Oh, that's good to know, man. Appreciate it, lad.
So yeah. And take care, everybody. Hope everybody stays well, and let's keep moving forward. So, all right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Take it easy, bro. Cheers.
You too.
Time are we on? 26. So, how are we in chat? I'm not going to go for much longer. I see there's other people having hangouts and stuff. I see Martin Lucas having a wee hangout, so
I just popped the link to Moral, dude. I think he's quite excited about his refound creativity, man, which is fucking excellent.
oh, cool. Oh, I'll get a wee chat with Merrill, and then I'll, you know, give a wee bit of attention to anybody who's in chat has got something to say, and I'm going to call it a day.
I have to apologise in advance to anybody that's mailed in with a Slavic name. Unfortunately, we've had some trolls in recently using Slavic titles, so unless I can get confirmation about how genuine you are, I don't really want to start linking out when they've just come from an iPhone. So yes, I have received the mails, but I've got my suspicions. So if you don't mind confirming at a later point, then we can straighten out and you can get on the panel. Merle, if you're there, dude. Oh, there you are, there, man.
Are you here?
You were quick.
Yeah, just jumped. G'day, Dal.
You right, mate?
Yeah, mate. What are you drinking?
It's a smoothie with walnuts in it.
Oh, so good. What else has it got? Banana?
Banana, strawberries. I think there's a bit of pineapple in there. Yeah, I avoid like the oranges and stuff because it's too acidic. You end up with heartburn. So I can't. There's only certain fruits I like in the smoothie, but banana, strawberries, walnuts, stuff like that. Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah. Did you see the Donald Trump in the? It was so crazy that him with the Saudi Arabians and they all touched the globe.
No, I missed it.
Oh, it's amazing. I'll send you a link. It's really weird. It's like a room there. It's like a United Nations room.
Ritual.
Yeah, it's like a ritual, and they've got the globe on this big screen in the background in this massive room.
Yeah.
And they stood in the dark, and they had a globe that was like lit up, and they all touched it and like got their photo all touching the globe. It was really weird.
Maybe they're realising that the secret's not really true, and that if they just focus on it and touch it in their rituals, they're going, why are people waking up? We need to touch the globe more, visualise, send the globe vibe out into the ether.
Oh, it was really bizarre. I was like,
I'll need to check that out.
Yeah, you'll like it. It'll give you a little bit of you'll have a chuckle, and then you'll sort of go, because apparently it's just by the news, but apparently he gave 118 billion to some military stuff, Israel. So they're either trying to scare the shit out of us or things are hotting up.
Yeah.
And I heard you say in the interview with the two German lads that you were getting the feeling that the cracks are starting to show.
Yeah.
And they sort of know they can't hide it.
Yeah.
And it's going to come out eventually. So I like the way you're thinking, because you're sort of going, well, are they going to dangle another carrot? So like, okay, you've busted us, but this is why we did it. We did it for your own good.
Yeah.
It's like we're your parents, and we had to teach you about good and evil and hold humanity down.
Yeah.
But now we're going to let you go or something, and maybe they'll let us all have a holiday on a secret island or take money away. I don't know. Try to offer some kind of
Well, I think
reward.
the shit that's went on, to be honest with you, mate, I've said this before, the amount of shit that's went on and people at that kind of crescendo of breaking point, if you want to keep control of people, I think they know that they're going to have to move to the kind of sleight of hand again rather than the in-your-face type scenario. So offering people a better way of life would be a way to do that, to appease people, to make people feel like they're free, when really the same kind of power structure remains in place, and may remain in place, and just slowly but surely it'll creep in again, and it'll get to that point, and then they'll bring it back. I mean, who knows? Who knows, man?
Yeah.
I would be.
I'm not claiming to know.
No.
It just, I think, say if I had, how can I say this? If I didn't know and had no awareness about really, I'm just like a mainstream person watching the TV. It's never occurred to me once that the Earth is flat. I'm still on the globe. I'm a heliocentrist.
Yeah.
And I turn my news on,
Yeah.
and I see Donald Trump and this guy like a sheik or something, and they're all touching the globe.
Yeah.
This part of me sort of was like on Twitter too. I just, because I on TV because my mum watches TV, and so I saw it, and then I ran to my computer and was like, God, this must be going off on the internet. And they were comparing it to Lord of the Rings, where the sorcerer guy is touching the orb. And I was just like, it was just really creepy. And it gets, the more I see and the more I learn, like I watched This Crazy Notion, part 1 and 2.
Yep.
As I was going to bed last night. And that was great because I really got it. Math Powerland said, you know, believing's okay because you need to sort of go into imagine sometimes. And even if you don't have all the answers, you broaden. He's talking about having sisters, and they didn't hold his creativity down.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's fine for creative purposes. Sorry, mate, I'm just going to interject quick. You know, it's fine, but in regards to objective truth and realities, we don't have to have beliefs or imagination. But you know, but people misconstrue that as you say, no, you should never have imagination. Well, no, of course, imagination is great. That's where we create art and new music and you know stuff like that. So sorry for interjecting, mate. I just wanted to say that.
No, you're fine because the reason you mentioned it, I checked it out. And I thought, well, if Del is mentioning it, I'll check it out. And I find Math Powerland's big money shot, like I'll fucking take it to NASA, is how they fake the globe spin and the clouds don't change. Like I've got you on that one. Whatever you say, you can't wriggle out of it because clouds change. Whereas you have the thing you can't argue against with water. Doesn't matter what anyone says, you can't wriggle out of it. It's a fact. It's a truth.
Yeah.
So if it was a game and it was poker and people were bluffing each other, you can't beat that hand. That's full house.
Yeah.
It is.
That's it.
It is. So hold strong.
Yeah.
100%. So just the reason I bring it all in is just seeing that thing with them all touching the globe. It just seems so cartoon and so silly, and like I was watching a weird Hollywood cheesy movie. And the world just seems more and more like that now. Like it's really fake. I used to go to the pictures. I've seen Star Wars. I've been into movies, but I didn't know I was actually in one. So I'm so relieved. I feel that it's just a weight coming off my shoulders, and said about renewed creativity. A couple of times my brain's tried to reconvince me that it's like, nah, you are on a globe, and it's like, what the hell? I'm trying to play tricks on my,
Been there, man.
So, I think that's why I've been tuning in, because I just appreciate it so much, Del, and seeing that man, was it Billy, earlier on, and he cried, and I mean that's just great.
Yeah. And
like you said, it's a private thing for you, and I do too. Like there's something, I don't know, maybe it's the way we were raised or something, but it's pride.
Yeah.
vulnerability too much.
Yeah.
But
I totally respect anybody who can display their emotions like that as well, though. You know.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm right or he's right. It's just who we are.
We're just different. Yeah. Yeah. So, are you going okay with everything?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. I'm fine.
Yeah. Good.
You know, I have my moments, as you say. You have up moments, down moments, moments of doubt. You know, when you're talking about the globe, you know, I've always expressed that to people. I really, you know, put me in a place of, you know, I'm not honest with myself that I tried hard to convince myself that it was a globe. I actually had the bias where I thought, you know, I need to find something here. I need to find something just because it's getting a wee bit scary, you know, and a bit much. Although I thought, well, I'm looking for the truth, but when that came to me, it was like, whoa, wait a wee minute, I wasn't expecting that, you know, and I tried desperately to try and confirm to myself that my belief that I held was true, and it was not there. But even through that process of breaking down, you know, the first couple of months, I had moments like that where it kept coming back to my mind and going, all right, check again. You know, as I go, I'm going to check again because I've overlooked something, I'm not seeing something. And eventually you just get to the point where it's acceptance. You know, like it's fucking... And then there's an emotional and psychological process that goes with that whole realisation. But this is it. People in the truth community, and Jibby was talking about, you know, aliens and stuff, and we've heard this disclosure being bandied about for years. Huh? So what is the disclosure? It's this. But, you know, are they going to tie in the other deceptions with it? You know, as part of the disclosure? As I say, you know, a possibility is, oh, it's an infinite plane, but it's treacherous and there's monsters and there's things there and we have been trying to get progress, but we've been unsuccessful. Therefore, you know, we try to protect the people, but if you keep giving us our fundings, we will keep, you know, I mean, you've got to entertain any possibility.
Yeah. We've had to make deals with intergalactic federation.
Yeah.
And they gave us technology, and that's why you've got the internet.
Yeah.
And nothing comes from us. It's all outside influence. We're just monkeys, and they tinkered with us, and some alien made love to a monkey, and then they made a human. I've heard all that stuff too when I was growing up, because I guess we were all a bit sus. And I mean, I was born 76, so 1990 I was 14, and that was Nirvana.
Yep.
And you know, I've been in mosh pits, like primal stuff, and yeah, we were waking up then too, but I guess our big thing was Terminator, you know, and it was the thing like, fucking hell, what's the future going to be like? And it didn't look that great.
No.
It's nothing like that. 2017, I mean, I know that they always go on about, there's a thing in Australia called the Great Barrier Reef, which is this beautiful place where you can go scuba diving. And they're kind of pushing it that the Earth is heating up and the water's changing, and that's killing the coral. And sometimes I think if global warming isn't really happening, even the fact that people want to protect the Earth and recycle, that's good. Even if global warming isn't real and science has its agenda, I like it that most people seem pretty innocent and they want to protect rather than just waste food and make mess and just leave fucking garbage and radioactive shit everywhere. Like, I sort of feel like coming into Flat Earth, I had my own questions, but because I've been so obsessed with the research side of things, I've come across, you know, probably Eric Dubay the most, and I trust most of what he's put out. You know, everything from nuclear bombs to now I don't really think they have that stuff.
Well,
I don't.
The whole point is just to realise that, you know, all these things and these subjects, I mean, the answers there are not in your direct experience.
Yeah.
So that's where we need to realise and then remove all these preconceptions and beliefs and things that we think we know, and remove them and start to question everything that's within you and everything that you hold in your own mind. Have a look at it, and unravel it, and actually look. Don't be scared to look at what it is you actually know and what you have actually experienced, and then stuff that you don't know and that you have no experience of, remove it. And if you want to find out if these things that you hold within your mind are true, then set about trying to, you know, verify or falsify it for yourself. And then that way you're setting, you know, you're rooted in certainty, real certainty and real knowing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything's there to be questioned now, you know. That's it for me. You know.
I don't feel as afraid as I once did, though. I kind of had this feeling that all these militaries and armies, and if it really kicked off and everybody started dropping bombs on each other, like, that would be the end. And I think that's kept everybody in line since. Maybe that's why that itchy bum is going on about it, because maybe that's in the air, that there's this thing of WW3, and with what you see with this Trump thing touching the globe and giving something like 100 billion to Israel and military funding too. I mean, so much money is spent on military, the most, really. That's where the most money goes. So I think that's the psyop too. The reveal is flat Earth, but the psyop is the most money goes into the military and the weapons, and that keeps everybody on edge.
Yeah.
Because if anything kicks off, they're going to unleash the beast.
That's it, mate. That's why it's important to keep it peaceful. You know, keep it intelligent, keep it peaceful. Stick to the facts. Let's not focus on, you know, motives, as Jibby was saying, and motives, and focusing on the people. Just let's take one step at a time. And that, for me, that was important, because I know if we just stick to that process, eventually the rats will flush themselves. They'll become so apparent, you know, without us having to point the finger at them through suspicion. We just stick to that method, and eventually they will show themselves. As what is happening right now, we can already see that happening.
Yeah, yeah. It feels really. I had a freak out. I did, and I got like all, you know, excited. But it's okay. I feel myself settling back down again. And it's almost like having a bloody out of body experience.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say that will be the last, because for me that happened a few times.
Sure.
You know, you have the rocky moments, man, but you'll come through. You know, that's the thing. It's just part of the process. The truth still remains the truth, and it's very hard to switch it off. Although you're still going through those processes, you know, the truth will pull you through. Yeah.
It's like a death. I call it like a death rattle.
Yeah.
Part of me is dying, and I'm load shedding, and it's like coming through a skin.
Look at it in any other aspect of your life. You know, in a relationship aspect, if, you know, a relationship breaks up and, you know, you find out these things have been happening, whatever situation you've been in, it's hard for you to accept, you know, what the truth is, and you feel as if you're dealing with it, but you still have these relapse moments, you know, and that's just part of the process. You know, when you realise you've been lied to, and you still have this residual lingering going on in your mind, that takes a wee while to filter out. You know, it took me a while. But even in at the end of the first year, I was still dealing with it. You know? So, you're not alone, man.
Thanks. Yeah. Are you gonna stay on a bit longer?
I'm going to have a wee go to the chat and, see what people are saying there, and I'll see what's happening, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's what's going on again, Merrill. Appreciate you as always, bud.
Merrill, before you go, dude, you got some work in progress, man. Does this mean we're going to see a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I'll still do my Vimeo stuff because I just like I've got nothing against YouTube, but I'm into audio quality and video quality. And sometimes when you I upload to YouTube, it goes, it just converts it and it tries to sort of mess with the files like MP4, and it's just annoying, the converting. But definitely, I'm working on some stuff, and I'm really inspired, and yeah,
good.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. I'm sure there's many people out there who look forward to it as well, man.
Good stuff. Thanks, guys.
Nice one, Merrill. We'll see you later, man.
Yeah,
Take it easy,
take
bro.
care.
Take it easy, bud.
Bye, mate.
Take it easy, mate. So, there I'm at. Oops. Chat. Who do we have in the chat? Some music Dale should be focusing Loch Ness, Bigfoot, aliens, pee drinking, Mandela, trannies, or flat earth. That sounds like some funky festival. I think you know what my answer to that is. It's nice to see you back as well, Zum Music. I think the last video I seen of you, you were a bit pissed off. So it's good to see you back. Merrill top bloke, certainly is. RG, how you doing? Rick Woods, I'm sure you were an account that was on Itchy Bums, trying to give me a bit of jip. Flat it ain't just me defending, look in the mirror. Oh shit. Jill Nickelback, Dale needs a vacation. I certainly do need a vacation. I need a permanent vacation. Out of this fucking shithole, preferably with some sun. I would like blue sky every single fucking day. I have had enough of the grey or white continual blanket as we had this morning. If there's any offers, I'm not going to accept monetary stuff, but if you're going to offer me somewhere to live in the sun, I am going to snap your fucking hand off for it. Because I'm tired of this shit. Some music, I just commented on your latest video, loved the song. You check that out. Trisha, how are you doing? Oh shit. There I'm at. Dale, you are a chat machine, man. I can ramble. Like to get my point across, you know. Woodland Camp and Craft, I've texted you, Dale, about the Beyond Horizons long distance photography world record, a massive flat earth proof in my eyes. I've seen that, and I've discovered that myself as well. Woodland Camp and Craft. I've encouraged people to go and look for longest line of sight, and you find all these forums. So I think that's where you found it. So Woodland Camp and Craft is saying to check out Beyond Horizons long distance photography world record. Get on it, people. Daystar Phila May. Hey Dale, I know you realise the conspiracy is bigger than flat earth. Question, do you drink alcohol? No, I do not. Don't touch it. Some music, thanks Dale, doing great work, friend. Cheers, man. Keep at it yourself. Always look forward to the tunes. Itchy Bum's looking for artists and stuff to hand their music in. You should go and hand it in to him. But again, you know, I've said it here, I'm involved in music. I never brought my music to the table because it becomes a wee bit, oh, you know, look at the man, look at me and my music, my talents. And I never wanted to bring that to the table. I've had loads of ideas and concepts about, you know, this whole thing and, you know, making short films about it, but I just don't have the means or the equipment or the personnel to get these things done. I'm not in any bands at the moment. I've got old music and stuff, but, you know, we should start helping each other employ your own music. I'm looking forward to Meryl's stuff coming, same with our music. Let it be known to people that they can use it in their content. It's good to have a wee creative outlet. Where am I? I've lost my plots here. Shit. Does anyone else think of the movie Braveheart when Dale is on? I'm not as good looking. Samuel Maiga, 30 miles of tall buildings in the distance can be viewed clear with a good 90 plus zoom. It's autism then. Why is it called aeroplane? Why is it called sea level? If you ask these two questions, people will already rethink the globe model if you're in a conversation with them. Oh, but level just means closest to the centre of the earth. It just looks level where you are, but really it's curving. Although we know that it's not got the capabilities to support itself like that. The oceans are in a magical place filled with magical powers. So if you take your spirit level to the middle of the Pacific Ocean, or you spill a cup of tea, it's going to behave differently, because apparently the middle of the oceans are magical. Tricia Adele is a truth speaker. I like to think so, Tricia. I try my best. Jack Dunphy, if you can get to Cabanas, Algarve, I can sort the accom for a week for you, pal. Need 4 weeks notice minimum, straight up, pal. Jack, I would seriously take that, but see the thought upheaval and going to somewhere nice like that and then having to come back to this grey shit, it just depresses me. If you can get me a job, if you can get me some sort of work where I can sustain myself, I would come and live forever. And I'm no joking. But thank you for the offer, Jack. I really do appreciate it. And you never know. RJ, no Mel Gibson accent sucked. I know Americans trying to be Scottish just doesn't work, does it? Earth discernment, me too, Dale. Fucking chemtrails, watch my vid. Chemtrails shadow may prove sun is close, man. Cheers, Earth discernment. I'll check your channel out. I'm if I subscribed already. If anybody else has not, I'll go and have a wee look. This weather stuff. I mean, here today, I see it quite often. It's this white, just continual fucking blanket. And you can feel the energy like you're enclosed in. It's fucking horrific, you know. And I'm looking at that and going, you know, what is this? You know, I don't know much about clouds and the chemtrails. It's not been an avenue of math. I know that there's an anomaly there, and I've said it many times. Regardless of whether they're claiming that it's innocent, my petition would be that they reroute the fucking flights, because it is having an effect on the amount of sunlight we get here. And that's what's important. So they can fucking say whatever they like about it. Force them to reroute the fucking planes so that we're not getting these trails. Because if anybody doubts that these trails are having an effect, go and watch one day, especially here where I'm in Scotland. I can get up to a clear blue sky, clear blue, plan to set my day out, then I can watch these fuckers trailing. Right? And before midday, before 10 in the morning, it's fucking solid white everywhere. No rain, no, there's no clouds dropping water, or the big, nice, big, fluffy clouds that we remember seeing. Just a white blanket for as far as the eye can fucking see. So all these chemtrail people and the deniers, I don't give a fuck what you say. The fact of the matter is that it's a phenomena that is happening. And I want a petition to get the fucking flight routes rerouted so that it's not above us. They go round the out fucking side of us. Pisses me right off, especially coming into the summer. And every fucking year, the last 3 years when the kids have finished school, bang, the rain's on, and the whole fucking summer holiday is just fucking constant blanketed sky. Pisses me off. That alone, I could fucking wring their necks for that. So that is a phenomena that deserves to be out in the open, the same as this. And as I say, don't need to go down any avenues of, oh, there's no poisoners or no, well, it doesn't matter about the poison or any of that fucking stuff. Fact of the matter is, there is actually happening and it is blocking out the sunlight. It's not on. So it's simple. If they want to say it's innocent on, it's just contrails and stuff. Well, fucking reroute your planes. The people are not happy about it. Get it to fuck. How old are you, Dale? Yeah, I'm 40, man. I was 40 last month. Take an airplane to a tropical island, Dale. Oh, and don't forget to look out the window at the curved horizon during flight. Geese piece. Many times you got to say it. 3 times. Macho Madness, do you really believe you're seeing a curve? I would go and get down my eyes checked. You flying over the ocean and seeing curved water and all? Oh, I've lost a place. Jack Dunphy pays well, I hear. Flat Revolution. Martin Leakey, you should see them. Hear few. Martin, I thought you were live. I had says to people that you were live. Hope for Truth. Look what happened over a 45 minutes on a recent upload on my channel. So Hope for Truth has documented some whitening of the sky, I think. Rory McFizz, Hope for Truth. Where in the south are you? How you doing, Rory? Brendan, RJ, go back and look at videos from the 70s and 80s. The clouds are so different. Crystal Shift, I like living in Glasgow. See you, Dale. I don't mind it when I'm getting the weather. When the sun's out, everybody's lifted, the place feels better. It's just the weather that fucking drags me down. Trisha, same here, Dale, Brumland. Macbeth, spot on, Dale. Ramonator, exactly, Dale. White Sky here in Washington State, pure chemtrails deniers are traitors. They certainly are. If anybody's denying that there is an observable phenomenon going on. Not Itchy Bum. Hey, Dale. It's Dale. Itchy Bum. Thanks for coming to my chat last night, this morning. It was for me. You started all this by calling names. Be nice, bro. We don't need drama. Earth is flat. That's what is important. Why aren't you calling me names? It's ad hominems. I'm calling you Itchy Bum. It's banterish. That's the way it is here in Scotland. We call each other cunts when we welcome each other. You're a bit shallow in your emotions. I suggest that you get a thicker skin if you don't like being called Itchy Bum. Infinite Plane's not your real name, so it's not really an ad hom on you. It's not calling you names. It's Itchy Bum syndrome. I would have called you Itchy Penis syndrome, but that would then suggest that you've been dipping the wick in some unsavoury places. Itchy. I'm asking what your incentive is, what your motives are, why you're jumping in claiming that you're this fucking leader because you went to the council and said, oh, the ISS is fake, and it gets put in a filing cabinet, and then from that you were promoted. I think that's highly suspicious. So, whatever. Keep on itching. Martin Leakey every fucking year, Dale. Aye, too true, Martin. You know, and I'm sure everybody sees that. And again, that, you know, part of the activism, I point that out to people every chance I get. Look at that sky. Look at those aeroplanes. Do you think that's normal? Especially when it's just forming. Because when it's forming, it's like a scene out of a fucking apocalyptic movie. Hang on, I'll get back to the chat in 2 seconds. What's up anyway, Itchy? Why are you no live constantly? People say I can talk, but fuck me. You lot are never off. Your 5 AM one was a bit bizarre, just to coincide exactly when I was going live. Samuel Maiga, the Bible says the earth is immovable, the Quran says the earth is spread, holy books are not just words on a page that mean nothing. They're shown to be correct about a lot, most is unedited by man. I'm not denying that there is truth. You know, again, I need to reiterate this, people are entitled to their religion, but I have a real issue because I'm still on a quest. When people tell me that they have an objective truth, you know, based on, you know, things that are unseen, that's where I have a problem and an issue. I'm not ruling out metaphysical aspects or unseen aspects. They just are not in my consciousness right now. They're not in my focus. And I have a real problem with people who claim to know what that unseen is. So, don't know why people keep misunderstanding and misrepresenting what it is I'm actually saying. It's like you're not listening. You're just hearing what you want to hear. You just like somebody to be a baddie. Oh, Dale's not talking about God, therefore he's a Satanist and he doesn't believe in God and you fucking... Fuck. Oh, shit. I jumped. Just trying to keep up with what's happening there. My focus is purely on the chat here now, so I'm going to try and get at the bottom so I can keep up. There's on music IP, I piss. How's that Masonic vow to cut your guts for betraying the order? Has anybody actually seen any proof that this Itchy Buttocks was a Mason? I know people who are Masons that are not even in any significant role that don't even talk about it. They'll not even answer any of my fucking questions. Never mind at 32nd degree and now I'm here to save the world on the internet.
I think it's a common consensus that everybody knows that that's just not true.
Like the 32nd degree Freemason thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I'm gonna, like, Itchy, if you don't stop this, man, I am gonna block you. I don't want to have to do that.
No, that's what they've done to me. That's what they've done to me. Except when they blocked me, I don't know how they manage it, but it's like I can see my comments, but nobody else is seeing them. And I don't know if that's an option that I have on here. I'm going to check it out. Or is it another privilege? No. And what's Itchy saying?
He's trying to draw an association to anti-Semitism, which is ridiculous.
Oh, he tried that with the video. All he's going to do is expose himself. Itchy bum, go and look through every single one of my videos and please point to any anti-Semitism or any pointing of the finger from me towards any specific group. I think you will find very, very fucking quickly that I only focus on a mindset. Now, I don't appreciate your misrepresenting. It's just another fucking display of your cowardly, weak fucking tactics. Keep trying though. You have absolutely fuck all of substance when you say that shit. Okay? Itchy bum syndrome. I might start calling you itchy penis syndrome because I'm starting to think you're that kind of fucking deviant. I don't know where you've been dipping that. You know, and what you creepy weirdos really get up to. You know? Is that how Paperclip Boy walks funny? We all need to get along. We all need to get along because everybody's just good and let's all wander into utopia holding hands and it's all good. Dale, don't point at Itchy Bum. Itchy Bum's good at regurgitating stuff. He's got a nice voice for regurgitating. as I said before, I'm not interested if you don't get it. If you want to support Itchy Bum and you don't like what I'm saying, go and support Itchy Bum. Doesn't matter to me. Matters to Itchy Bum though. That's why Itchy Bum's got to put this facade on. I'm going to keep saying it until it sticks. I think you should change the channel to Itchy Bum Syndrome. I'm surprised I've not seen any soccer accounts with Itchy Bum Syndrome as their name. Is it still going on, Marshall?
No, because Izzy said to go and sit in the corner for 5 minutes. I'm sure he'll come back.
All right. Bear with me. Yeah, I'll get my lighter working. Apologies, people. I'm going to get back to the bottom of the chat here and see what's happening. Mr. Dobot, the infighting is ridiculous. These hangouts are turning into massive waste. So, well, you know, I do what I do. I have made progress. I have added to this whole thing. Part of my thing is to point out manipulation and tactics that are going on. What do you think we should do? Just ignore it and let them run a fucking mock? This is not infighting. Infighting is when it's an agreed group, like a team, and they're bickering and infighting each other. I'm not part of anybody's fucking team. Get it into your fucking skull, right? There is no infighting. There is no team to be infighting with. Stop trying to paint everybody in this flat earth community as always one thing, because we're not all one fucking thing. So, toddler, infighting, it's annoying. Where's your progress? What are you fucking offering? Nothing. Fuck off. Ah, for fuck's sake. Hope for truth, we are glad you point out the itchy and scratchy dividers and distractors. They'll get IP, I piss on. He's been on. He's only going to come on and try and talk with a calm, soft voice and try and, you know, why are you victimising me? I'm so innocent to you. You know, he's playing that role and acting like we're all big baddies, and all I've done is ask direct questions. Look at it, people. Look at the reactions. All it is somebody who is direct, who has the right to be questioning and is asking questions. That is all. You know? But he's been on, wanted to act a victim and poor me, and then makes a video misrepresenting you, saying that you're an anti-Semite and all these ridiculous associations that they're trying to build. He's a fucking lying, manipulative little rodent. I'm not going to give him any time here. He can toddle off and make fucking hit piece videos. I'll just sit here and call him Itchy Bum Syndrome, and he can act as if I'm name calling. I did, and he came in and asked the direct questions and he mumbled and stuttered. Tells me everything. Jimmy Dennis, they'll get a Zippo. Will work better for you than that later you're using. Just a suggestion, but keep doing what you're doing. The truthers have your back. Well, I appreciate that. That's all I've been interested in, is identifying those who see and that want to, you know, build communication with each other for a common purpose, right? And that common purpose is to dismantle this fucking bollocks and expose it and find out where we actually are. Ah, fuck's jumped. Please talk about the stupid planes hiding the sun. Please talk about the stupid planes hiding the sun. Oh, right. You mean the sky phenomena with the sun being blocked? I've expressed my fucking contempt for it, my pissed offness. Oh, I've seen this, what happened there. Isa, Spurs, Chemo. The afterlife now. I'm the boss. Follow me. No, I'm the boss. I'll fight you for it. I'm the boss. Right? It's mine. Mine's is. It's my precious. Vinegar Strokes. I want to give Dale a plate of shepherd's pie and a glass of decent red wine. Thank you very much. I would appreciate water over the wine. Oh, shit. Suppose, Kimo, if you change your name, you may be able to hang with us. We don't like that you think it's infinite without proof. That's it. You know, it's just divisive even creating that, you know. Flat enough, the way planes fly over cities, they block the sun. Yeah, and that's, again, you know, I'm going to reiterate it, that's the observation, that's what we witness, and that's a problem. Regardless of what they're really, you know, going to claim or anybody else is going to claim they're up to, we just need to protest that we don't want them flying above us. We want them rerouted around us. You know, we all live, you know, in cities and all kind of huddled together. You know, why do they need to keep flying directly over these fucking populated areas? There's loads of fucking spare ground out there that they could fly over. Oh shit. I can only show it in, don't know, it's my ball and I'm going home, lol. Neil Fitz again. Multi Tom Tom, Infinite Pain Society. RG, unlike others whose agenda is to create that race division of flat earth just like the globe world. Exactly. Yeah. And this is it, you know, it's not any race or it's a type of mind for me, it's the common enemy. Too great to stop being a fanboy of a lying piece of shit. Hope for truth distilled, please, beyond the imaginary curve. Yep. As always. Baby Jesus loves you, I prefer sphincters. Haha. Don't know what to say about that. Don't need alcohol, just weed. Yep. Rory. Eliza Mahalski, so you might have to set up Dell versus IPS as round 2 on that card. "23 Thundercunts disliked this. 24. H2O Glow. Meryl Beauregard. Anik Wets. Dale and team appreciate lot. HA and vids, but asked one direct question in chat here and got bullied, but no harm done. I'm not sure what that means. Who asked a direct question here and get bullied? Not into bullying. You know, again, don't misrepresent me or what I stand for. I don't accept bullying or any of these fucking illogical games that these people claim I'm up to. Sorry, Marshall, you're going to butt in there about this bullying?
Yeah, I was unaware of that, dude. I mean, Annex making a claim there. If they can sort of qualify it, I haven't noticed anything in chat, but it might have been an oversight on my part. I think that was what the comment was directed at, bullying in the chat box, not from you.
Well, if anybody feels that that's what's happening to them, you know, just let your voice be heard. As I say, the platform's always there for anybody who has got something to say. Right. RJ, there is no debate, only discussion. Spot on. Hey there, Marshall. Hugs, mate. Through, get your pee drinking arse out of here. Go take a golden shower. Jesus loves you, Dale. You're occasionally pedantic. Flat earthers are nice people. School playground, lol. Woodland camp, thought you called him a Jew. That's quite clear. I said it so many times, dastardly Jew. So anyway, people, thank you for coming along. I thank you, fans. Please keep me relevant and popular. I will not be able to survive if I am not accepted and liked by all. I am your leader. I am here to lead you forward. I promise ye, I shall lead ye to the gates of heaven. I am controller, maker, founder, ruler of all flat earth activism. You are not worthy. Be grateful that I'll allow you here to listen to me. Right? Seriously though, cheers people, appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who came on. Always a pleasure, and it's nice to know that people can see what the fuck is happening here. That fuels me to know that. So keep at them and stop giving the fucking players the fuel and the attention they require. Make them irrelevant. Again, there are reworking of old methods. When they burn out certain characters, they bring in new ones. Right? Don't let your guard down. Keep asking questions. Don't be scared to question them. And if anybody's telling you you shouldn't question and that you should just be kumbaya and hold hands and just get along, fuck them. Fuck them. It's a serious game going on here. Right? Do not let your fucking guard down. Gem Panda, you're no relevant, sonny boy. You're a fucking waster. A delusional waster that needs medical help immediately. I have offered you my hand. You don't want help. You're too busy hanging about with people who will give you bias, that are mentally unstable and ill like yourself. I advise you to stay away from Timmy Boy. Timmy Boy will only cause you more health problems, to the point where I think you might end up sectioned. Right? Let go of your religious doctrine. Don't be scared. We all believed it was a globe. We managed to escape from the cult. There is people here who are ex-cult members who realise what the emotional process is like to go through. We can support you. We are here. There is a community of people here who have been through it. There is absolutely nothing to fear. Right? Reality doesn't care what your fantasy is, what your beliefs are. Right? Reality is coming, whether you like it or not. And you can kick and scream and try these games all you fucking like, sonny boy. It's not going anywhere. Peace. Thanks, Marshall. Jonah Worms, Magumba, everybody in chat and anybody who watched. Take it easy.